Back on Tiger pregame and joined now by the head coach of the Clay Center Tigers, Todd Rice, as we get set for this opener on a Football Friday. Coach, first off, thanks for your time. Thanks for getting these guys ready to go for a Football Friday. It's about time to get on the field and see what's going to happen.
Yeah, it is. We've had a lot of guys put in a lot of work through the summer and the weight room and camps and things, and they're tired of pushing around on each other and ready to see somebody else.
Let's talk a little bit about the guys that we'll be seeing on the football field. You lost some very high-caliber guys and went on, some playing at the next level right now in football, but you return a lot of quickness. I think that's the first thing that stands out to me is the speed you've got on this team.
Yeah, we do. That and a lot of experience. A lot of these guys in the senior class have been on the field quite a bit the last couple of years, and I think overall team speed, team quickness, aggressiveness, I feel really good with where we're at. Give us
maybe a name or two that have jumped out and really just had a great preseason.
We've just had so many guys. I mean, I think all of our seniors are just stepping up and doing a great job. Peyton Lane's in a free safety position this year. Last year he was at corner, and then along with a lot of those seniors that have been there. And then, offensively, just a huge bonus for us to have Cade Walls back at quarterback. And that's kind of two guys that can really be there and build that confidence and direct you on each side of the ball.
Let's take a look at your opponent in this week one. We were joking earlier in the week when we did the locker room show. You said the last couple of years, Rossville, now it's Phillipsburg. You guys have a knack for opening up against a really tough schedule. Phillipsburg defending 2A state champions.
Yeah, they're really solid. Moved up to 3A this year. They got what's supposed to be two of the top 10 players in 3A. They're loaded. They've got some good size. They've got all their skill players back. And, I'm sure they're going to be a top 10 team again this year.
I know as you guys go into this matchup, it's typical some injuries will pop up in a season. You guys have been kind of tagged pretty hard. Give us a little look at some of the guys that would have been there, that won't be there, and maybe some timetables on some guys returning.
Yeah, just the biggest thing was Connor last, right out the gate, first practice of the year. And I don't know if we'll get Connor back this year or not. And that was a pretty big blow for us because he's a two-way player plus a specialist for us. And we've just kind of had other guys in and out. At one time, as many as 4 different starters out. And so we're just hoping maybe we get through that and, get them out of the way early. And then hopefully everybody's 100% as we get going.
You may not be incredibly deep. In fact, with the injuries, of course, that takes away from you. But the guys in the 1 and 2 positions, as you mentioned, the experience that you bring, even the guys that are rotating into different times have played a lot of varsity football for you.
Yeah, they have, and that's real key when you take a guy like a Hunter Mullen that can, play almost any position on the field. And, so we've got some of these guys that, are starting somewhere, and then maybe they're in a rotation to back somebody up. And we're really thin at some of our certain positions and stuff, but our guys have been real adaptable, filling in and being multiple players. Just a really good team-first mentality.
Coach, as always, we appreciate the time. Look forward to getting this season kicked off. Best of luck against Phillipsburg.
All right, thanks, Rocky.
Back with more on pregame in just a moment.
Oldie Seed has soil-specific seed to fit your soybean acre's specific needs. Soybean varieties with excellent SDS, stress tolerance, excel on high pH levels, and salt excluders that will not limit your yield potential. Oldie Seed is your trusted supplier for high-yielding soybeans built to fit your specific needs. Call your Oldie Seed representative today at 877-692-4555. That's 877-692-4555.
With a fleet of semis on the road year-round, we rely heavily on our crew of top-notch mechanics to keep them running. If you'd like to take advantage of their expertise, bring your rig to us at TSI Kansas Incorporated. We offer heavy-duty diesel maintenance and repair on both your semi-tractor and trailer. We sell and repair tires, do oil changes, fix electrical problems, and we have an extensive parts network. I'm Jason Hall with TSI Kansas, based in Clay Center. Go ahead and like our Facebook page.
Crop Production Services take this opportunity to thank their customers for their continued support and for the confidence placed in them. They don't take this privilege for granted and will keep working as a team with the common purpose of providing best-in-class services to all their customers. Crop Production Services also recognize the unity of our high school and college teams, building stronger partnerships together. They all know that your support and trust is the foundation of their success. Thank you from Crop Production Services.
Why have you chosen to live where you do? Is it because you want to raise your kids in a small town atmosphere where it's safer, schools are smaller, and you don't have to fight heavy traffic? Have you given thought to the fact that your small town will only survive if its people shop local? Ray's Apple Market works hard to earn your business by offering variety, specialty items, fresh produce, and they still carry out your groceries. Do you love your hometown? So does Ray's Apple Market. Open 7 days a week till 10 p.m.
Football on Friday arrives, and it arrives with a break. We're going to pause for our national anthem. We'll be back after this.
Livestock producers, you have a January 1st deadline. Central Valley Ag wants to help you get ready for VFDs.
If you feed medically important drugs to your livestock, you have to have a VFD or a form from your veterinarian.
Central Valley Ag Coordinator Abby Simonson invites you to a lunch meeting in your area.
We'd like to invite producers to stop in, have lunch, learn about the VFDs so they understand what's going on when January 1st rolls around.
Meetings will be held during September. For dates, times, and locations, go to cvacoop.com/events.
United Bank and Trust has been fulfilling the banking needs of families and businesses in Northeast Kansas for decades. United Bank and Trust is always advancing and is excited to introduce a new and improved mobile banking app for your smartphone. Simply search UBT Mobile in the App Store and download. It's a mobile-fast world, and so is United Bank and Trust. The bank for your future. United Bank and Trust. Banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I was about to close up central office for the night when in came...
You gotta help me. This team of mine, they just can't keep their X's and O's straight.
What kind of team? Baseball? Football?
Corporate. It's a jungle out there, and I've got to get them all on the same page if we're going to make it in this economy.
How about one of these Laurel magnetic dry erase boards? They have an aluminum frame with a strip down each edge for push pins. Plus, we have all the accessories for them on sale as well. You know, markers, magnet sets, that kind of thing.
Perfect. Central Office Service and Supply Guy, I want you on my team.
Someone told me that a weed is an unloved flower. Well, I'd never get away with giving my wife a bouquet of weeds. And to keep anyone from taking a risk, we're all about controlling the weeds in your 2017 spring crops. I'm Alan Hodgel with Wilbur Ellis Reed Seed and Feed. And along with the quality fertilizer you need to produce a healthy crop, we also provide the herbicide to get the jump start on next year's unloved flowers. See us at Wilbur Ellis Reed Seed and Feed for all your fall fertilizer applications.
Well, things you wait on in life, Chet. The start of a broadcast, I'm going to add to the list, but we got ketchup out of the bottle, the first kiss, the birth of a child, Christmas morning, everyone waits on, and football Friday nights. I'll let you at home prioritize where your list falls with those different items. Welcome to a Football Friday. Rocky Downing along with Chet Carlson. We welcome him back to the Tiger broadcast booth for the 22nd year he's been alongside broadcasting Tiger football, and we've got Dr. Stat with us tonight as well, Kerry Carlson, who will be on the stats with us here in the booth. The booth is up atop at Berg Stadium, Chet, so it's going to be a windy broadcast, but we're hoping there's a lot of wind if we get to throw back to the listeners at home on what the Tigers are doing on the field.
We're about 3 stories up, but we have a little fence here that might hold us if it needs to, but yeah, it's exciting, and what you're talking about happens all the time, too, you and I. The excitement of Friday night lights, Friday night football. What a beautiful day we had today. It's coming into the same kind of an evening. Beautiful field. We're ready to go.
Now the Tigers take on, I think it's well documented, the defending 2A state champions in the Phillipsburg Panthers. It's a team that has moved back up to 3A. It's where they've been most of the time. The last 2 years, they went down to 2A. They made it to the sub-state championship game in 2014, and then last year winning the state title by 1 over Troy. And many in the area of the KCLY community will know that team because of their play in the Twin Valley League. So that was a 1-point victory that gave Phillipsburg their first ever state championship. For the Clay Center Tigers, a lot of new positions maybe and a few new faces, but there's a lot of veterans, as we talked with Coach Rice, on this team. The senior crew and even the underclassmen have seen a lot of varsity time, and they hope that builds to big things in the future.
Well, I've been saying that about this team for a while. You know, these guys that are juniors and seniors now, all of them played as freshmen. So we've been calling their names for, it seems like they should have been gone a year ago, you know, and they're just coming into their own now.
We see the captains meeting right now at midfield. Zeb Bloom, Hunter Mullen, Parker Folks, Cade Wallace, the four representing their Tigers over on the sideline, waiting to see who will take the football first, who will defend what end zone, and how we'll get this football Friday night started. We'll have the kickoff coming up next.
State Farm is proud to support the people who make this community great. From our kids clubs, sports, and organizations to local projects like the Place to Go To, we are proud to keep our dollars and ideas local and encourage you to do the same. For insurance, banking, and investments, contact me, David Borgerding, at 428 Lincoln, Downtown Clay Center, and trust State Farm's financial strength.
Well, the first victory of the night goes to the Tigers. They do win the coin toss, and then they defer, and so they will defend the north. Chet, is that the situation for the Tigers?
Phillipsburg will receive on the north.
Okay, on the north end, and Phillipsburg does choose to receive after the Tigers defer, so they'll have choice in the second half. The Tigers will start on defense. We'll give you a little look at what the Tiger D is going to look like. Up front, Gavin Ware, Parker Folks, Zeb Bloom. Now, we've got Garrett Craig, who's not going to play. He would have been playing both sides of the football for the Tigers, and so they've got some gaps to fill in, but they've got some guys ready to step up on both sides and make that happen. The linebackers, Anthony Atkinson, Enninking, and Adam Ebert on the outside. Hunter Mullen, Jake Wynn, the inside linebackers. Your corners are Caleb Mindham and Riley Griggs, and Peyton Lane is the safety. And the Tigers will get set to boot this thing off with Levi Fitzenmeyer getting the first touch of the football here on the tee as we get set to go from Phillipsburg. Now, the Panthers come in, as mentioned, just 2 losses last year, a 2A state championship, and they are led by the Coombs brothers. I don't think it's a mystery to anyone that follows this week of football leading up for the kickoff. Mark and Kirk Coombs have put together incredible years last season, in particularly at 1,247 yards and 11 TDs from Coombs, who is a senior at 5'10 and 180. Kirk Coombs is a junior, 220 and 6'1. And we are just about ready to go with the opening kick here on a Football Friday from Levi Fitzenmeyer. The tasty pastry kickoff is going to be taken back at the 10-yard line. The return right back up the middle. Hit first contact coming from the Tigers, Atkinson, Enninking, and then they did wrap up the return man at about the 30-yard line. That's where Phillipsburg will take over offensively to start. Now they have Trey Sides as their quarterback, a sophomore at 6 foot, 150 pounds. Joining the Coombs brothers in the backfield is Trey Thompson, John Gower, 170 and a junior. Trey Thompson and Jordan Ford you'll see split out when they do go into a wider formation. They'll put Thompson to the right side, but tight, Ford to the left side, out of the shotgun, 3 backs behind sides. He will turn, hand off left, and a run through the middle. The Tigers do a good job to bottle this up, maybe a gain of 2 or 3. Mark Coombs, the first carry for the Phillipsburg Panthers.
Well, it's going to be interesting what kind of game we see out of both of these teams tonight offensively as far as run and pass. We know both teams would prefer to run most of the time, but they will pass from time to time. But it's a night where the wind will make a big difference. The wind is with the Tigers at the present time.
Yeah, very strong wind. You see the Tigers digging in up at the front row. Folks in the middle. There's a run off to the right side. One tackle shaken, but it's going to be Jake Wynn who hangs on and brings down the ball carrier after a gain of 3 or 4. It brings up a third down in short yardage situation.
And that's the bigger Coombs, the junior. He's 6'1", 220, quite a bit bigger than his senior brother. But we're going to be calling both of those Mark and Kirk Coombs all night long.
Jonathan Kramer rainbowed up on the front row along with Gavin Ware, Parker Folks. Jake Wynn was coming out of the linebacker and had a good job of hanging on and bringing down the ball carrier on the last carry. There's a secondary runner through, and he is stuck at the line of scrimmage. Now tries to fight forward for extra yardage. They say he was not down on first contact, and the ball carrier able to roll forward and get across the first down markets out to the 41, 1st and 10. Big stick, though, from Atkinson. Enninking leading the way that time.
Well, it was 3rd and short, and both teams played that well, really. Both teams played it well. Great stick at the front by the Tigers. Good second effort by Phillipsburg to get the first down.
They go to the right side. It's the short side of the field, and they line 3 receivers off of the line to the right, 1 back behind the quarterback side. He will turn left, hand off underneath, take the pass after the handoff, and the carry is going to be taken to near the 45-yard line. Tackle Jake Wynn in on the play along with the defensive end, Zeb Bloom. So it's a 5-yard carry as they get it to the 46-yard line, and it brings up 2nd down and 5. And on the defensive front row comes Logan McDonald, who will join the Tiger front crew defensively, try to bottle things up there. The ball snapped, now the ball bobbled, now it's picked up by the quarterback, and it's Parker Folks who will end up with the tackle. Folks with the tackle inside. It brings up 3rd and 4. That thing was discombobulated from the very beginning. It bobbled on the snap, bobbled on the handoff. The quarterback gets it back.
Yeah, it was not a design quarterback run. He didn't intend to keep it. He was trying to give it away, but he needed to just hang on to it because it was in the air for a little while. And there was some good contact by the Tiger D in the area, but we just couldn't knock that ball on loose.
This is the second 3rd down opportunity for the Tiger defense. The first time was 3rd and just a couple. This 3rd and a good 3 yards to go. They need the Tiger 49-yard line for a 1st and 10.
This would be a great place for a stop.
1 back behind Trey Sides, the quarterback. Now it's going to be a direct snap. That's not Sides, the quarterback. He's going to hand off underneath, and they'll go to the outside. There is 1 hit by Lane, then a hit by Folks, and then the ball carrier able to fall forward off the first 2 contacts and pick up the 1st down. They had him in position, Chet. They just couldn't wrap it up.
Yeah, and we hadn't seen that play yet tonight either, and they pulled it out when they needed to pick up basically 4 yards, and they got about 5. But the Tigers had pursuit down the line, but they were just able to stretch it out and then cut it upfield, get it just enough for the 1st down.
Kirk Coombs went in the shotgun at quarterback and handed off to Mark Coombs on that last carry. Now the second back through, stutter step, hit by Wynn and in a dog pile, and the whistle's still not blown as they fall forward. Finally, we do get it blown dead as a carry of about 3 yards, 2nd down 7.
Almost every play there is such a delay by the quarterback after the quarterback gets the snap that if we can get any pursuit into that defensive or that offensive backfield, we're going to really cause some trouble back there. But so far, we have not been able to penetrate quick enough to get back there and do that. We're giving the quarterback an awful lot of time to turn around and hide the ball and give some misdirection on the handoffs.
Sides with 1 back behind him, going to option to the right side. He will cut it up and keep it, and he is tackled. Gavin Ware makes the first contact, and then help coming in from the outside by Jake Wynn, and that is going to be 3rd down now and about 5 to go. The football moved only about a yard.
Yeah, he missed his read there. He's going to see that on film tomorrow morning because they had pretty good potential if he would have gone with the pitch. He cut it up, and we cut it. Now, this is the longest 3rd down we've had him in so far.
It has been a 3rd down conversion twice to get to this point. Now it's 3rd down and 5. Gavin Ware, the first contact on that last quarterback option. Sides, 3 backs now behind. Turns left, hands off to Mark Coombs, left side. He breaks the tackle, falls forward to the 35-yard line. Another 3rd down conversion there. 3 for 3 on this opening possession is Phillipsburg.
And when you do that, you start getting more and more confidence in your offense. You know, when you get to 3rd down, pick up a 1st down, and you do that 3 consecutive times, you kind of get more comfortable out there. It's the first game. Everybody has jitters, and they're marching down the field, but there's still quite a bit to go.
Kramer Rainbow back in. Now they'll hand off to the fullback. Rainbow got a hand on him, but able to go forward, and now it's going to be a tackle made at about the 29-yard line, right at the 30-day mark. Down 4-yard gain at 2nd down and 6. Little extracurricular blocking downfield on Riley Griggs that time. He was getting knocked backwards after the play was over.
Yeah, you're told to go to the whistle, and I'm not sure I ever heard a whistle either.
It's been a slow whistle. Again, we're way up top.
Yeah.
There's a lot of wind, so I say that, but a couple of times you've seen players kind of waiting to see when it's going to be stopped.
And it's hard to hear that in those helmets, too.
Here's Sides, handoff underneath. This is Kirk Coombs, and he will, no, they go outside, and now the ball's on the ground, loose, but it's going to be recovered by Phillipsburg. 2 Tigers in the area. There was an option left. It was pitched outside to Mark Coombs. It was then put to the floor. He got on top of it very quickly. Now they get another 3rd down opportunity on the defensive end. It's 3rd down and 5 once again.
Yeah, 3rd and 5 again. They faked the belly play, and then they stretched it out, and they were looking pretty good. He went with a real late pitch. He had advanced the ball downfield a little bit, but his pitch was high. and we were able to almost come up with that ball.
They'll put 2 receivers off to the right side, Phillipsburg. They'll also put a third now staggered right. That's Kirk Coombs. Sides the quarterback. 1 more receiver off left. Back to pass for the first time. Stands alone in the pocket a long time. Has a receiver downfield. Pass is going to be caught. And then the tackle made at the Tiger 19, 18-yard line. The first pass play across the middle. And it's completed for a 1st and 10. And that is a 4th third down conversion now for Phillipsburg in this ball game.
Well, and that was their first pass attempt, and he did it across the middle. I was watching him pass in pregame, and he was going the same direction. He was passing against the wind in pregame. He throws a really, really nice ball. Sometimes you can throw a tight spiral easier against the wind, and he just threw it between all the coverage.
Sides, a sophomore, the quarterback. He hit Trey Thompson that time downfield for 1st and 10. And now we've got to stop a play, and we have a timeout taken by the Tigers. Phillipsburg driving. 5:37 to work in the opening quarter. 1st and 10 on the Tiger 18 when we come back with Play Center Tiger football.
How do we make a better sandwich at Subway? Our new chicken Caesar melt is a great example. We start with tender rotisserie-style chicken that's raised without antibiotics. Top it with a savory Caesar sauce and add melted provolone and a sprinkle of Parmesan cheese for a flavor that's so deliciously unique, it redefines what a better sandwich should taste like. The all-new Chicken Caesar Melt from Subway. Limited time only.
Subway in Clay Center and Concordia.
Producers, consider planting cover crops from the Farmers Cooperative. Cover crops prevent soil erosion, conserve moisture, increase soil health, suppress weeds, and reduce soil compaction. Plus, cover crops can make an excellent source of forage for your livestock. Farmers Cooperative has the cover crop seed you need, plus their SkyTech aerial application service. Stop by your local Farmers Cooperative Agronomy Center today and find out about cover crops.
Investing in our owner's success. Farmers Cooperative.
5:37 remains opening quarter. Phillipsburg driving. 1st down and 10 at the Tiger 18. An early timeout, but I think a good timeout. The Tigers have pushed them. They just haven't been able to finish it. Now there's a pitch in the backfield. Gower has it, and a crowd of Tigers on the play. Ball carrier still trying to dig. Now the whistle blows. That will be a loss of yards. Back behind the 20-yard line, 2nd down and 12.
That was a really weird play. If we could watch that again, they had trips to the left. We didn't have good coverage over there on the trips at all. They brought a single back as an option to the right, and then was very indecisive. Tigers had a good stop on that to get the loss.
Tigers using bodies in and out of this defensive drive. They've got Caleb Mendham in at a cornerback and Brandon Loader in at the outside linebacker to the left side. Sides with Gower behind him. 2nd down 12. In motion goes Mark Coombs. He'll fake it that way. Now rolls in the backfield. Steps, fires downfield, overthrows his target. Atkinson Enninking on coverage that time. The ball overthrown. Good pressure in the backfield coming from Jake Wynn.
That was great, and that's what it takes. You don't always have to get the quarterback on a play like that. You just have to disrupt his rhythm, because he's depending on a certain cadence on that pass, and he way overthrew that pass.
Atkinson Enninking on the coverage. As mentioned, Jake Wynn able to blast through and get a hand on the ankle of Sides, who was rolling right when he made that throw downfield. Now it's 3rd down and 12. The receiver wide left is Jordan Ford. Joining him out there is Kirk Coombs. Gower, the lone back behind a shotgun. Trey Sides. 3rd and 12. Rolls left, wants to throw it. Now stands in the pocket. Fires across his body downfield. Had a receiver wide open at the 5-yard line, and it's dropped by Kirk Coombs, and the Tigers by a big break right there.
Well, where it hit him in the chest was several yards beyond the 1st down. They had 3rd and 12, and he easily had the 1st down, but he was only about the 2-yard line, and he turned for that end zone too early.
And they will line up to kick the field goal here. The ball will be spotted at the 26-yard line. And they are going into, a crosswind, really a right-footed kicker. It's almost going into the wind. The snap is there. The hold is down. The kick is on its way, and it is hitting the crossbar and denied. And the Tiger defense finds a way to push into 3rd and 12. They get the break on the drop pass and a field goal try that hits the crossbar and bounces backward. Denied. The Tigers take over.
That is the little bit of a boost you need. Ooh. You know, the bend but don't break defense, I guess, that we've said before, but so many third downs converted there, and that time the Tigers come up with a stop. But it took hitting the crossbar on a field goal attempt to do it.
I didn't think it was going to get that close. It was so wobbly and high in the air. It wasn't driving through the wind, and it did get to the bar, but it fell shy. Cade Wallace goes in under center. First offensive snap for the Tigers here in 2016. Wallace puts in motion Riley Griggs. They will pitch it now to Griggs on the outside. Turns the corner, 30-yard line. Cuts against the grain, 35. Little bounce and dance, and he's got it out near the 40-yard line. That's 1st and 10 Tigers. We talked earlier tonight, Chet. The Tigers love to get their guys out in space. Did they ever get their guys out in space? Riley Griggs with a big first run.
Well, Cade all of a sudden found himself with a little space there, but Riley had more, and he pitched it on out to Riley. And all these guys have great speed, but Riley's on those relay teams, and he got quite a ways up the sideline.
They look to the sideline now to the Tigers. They have the wristband with the plays listed. So they get the call from the sideline, then look down and get set to go into motion.
21 yards in that play.
21-yard pickup, 1st and 10. Griggs in motion again. They'll hand off underneath this time. And a short yardage carry. I believe Adam Ebert with the carry that time. No, Levi Fitzenmeyer, correction. The fullback takes the carry and gains about 3 on first down at 2nd and 7.
Well, one thing this offense is a little bit built around is you want to get some of those guys out in space, but you're not going to get it if you can't sell it up the middle, too. And that time we got a good run, a good gain up the middle on first down.
Fitzenmeyer Jr. got the run that time. He stands alone behind Cade Wallace, and then you've got the two backs just off of the tackle to both sides, and Griggs and in Ebert. They'll pitch out left side. Here's Griggs again trying to go left. A little shake and bake. He gets to the corner, 50-yard line and more. He's knocked out of bounds at the 39-yard line of Phillipsburg, and Riley Griggs putting together a big-time game early.
Tell you what, Riley he's averaging about 20 yards a carry, isn't he? But, yeah, you get that speed out there on the sideline, and the only thing that was going to tackle him that time was knocking him out of bounds, and that's what it took.
He didn't touch the ball a lot last year, but 13.7 a carry last year, and already out to big numbers here as he gets outside right and then left. Ebert goes in motion, now stops. They'll check down on the play as Cade Wallace looks back to the sideline. First down and 10. Tigers have moved it to the Phillipsburg 39-yard line. Wallace now under center. McCade Melius. In motion goes Hunter Mullen. They'll pitch it out to the right side. Ebert shakes the tackler, tries to get to the outside. He will pick up good yardage. He'll get it to the 35-yard line, maybe the 34. A gain of 4 or 5 from the atom bomb, the first carry for Ebert tonight.
Another great gain, and we're used to Ebert, and he runs hard and he runs quick, and he runs fast. But the other guy getting up out of the pile, the last block was quarterback Cade Wallace.
I love it. Second down, we'll call it 5. You have Atkinson Inningking to the left side for the Tigers. Peyton Lane off to the right side. In motion goes Ebert again. Back to pass first time. Cade Wallace fires downfield, has a receiver, Hunter Mullen, and he's just overthrown. Mullen down the right side was around the 10-yard line. He could see it and goosed it as best he could with the speed, but Cade Wallace just aired it out a little too much.
Yeah, and he's throwing with that wind, and he got a little air under it, and the air just kept it in hang time up there. I was wrong on that. That was a Hunter Mullen block. I gave that block to Cade Wallace that last play. But, yeah, it's so much. And all the pregame, they had to pass and kick each direction because the wind is significant tonight.
And it's more of a crosswind, but it does help the team going from right to left, which the Tigers are right now. 2:44 to work, no score, opening quarter. Tigers with the football. Here's an option play. Cade Wallace keeps, dives forward. He will get it to about the 32-yard line. They need the 29 for a first down. It brings up 4th and short.
Yeah, and we have Tigers go quick here. Yeah, we have a good kicker, and he's with the wind, but we got to get this first down.
Cade Wallace with a tight formation under center. Quarterback keep. He's going to take it. Runs it right side. Gets bounced. Falls forward. Late whistle, and the Tigers get it across 1st and 10.
I thought they had him stopped. I didn't see him bounce it out.
I tell you, Cade's smart enough to know on the Phillipsburg series, they were able to dig for extra yards before the whistle. Cade did so here. Looked like it was bottled for a moment, and then Cade Wallace, Murph gets it across. It's 1st and 10.
That's a big, big move of the chains right there.
Phillipsburg drove deep, had a first down at the 5. The pass was dropped, a wide-open receiver, and the Tigers then got it back on a missed field goal that hit the crossbar for Phillipsburg and bounced back. And now Clay Center's turned it back around, and they've driven to the Phillipsburg 28-yard line. First down and 10. Out to the right side is Peyton Lane. Under center, Cade Wallace. In motion, Ebert. Handoff underneath. No, it's an option play. Pitch to Ebert. Hit once. He drives forward. Pounded out of bounds by Coombs. But Adam Ebert off the pitch from Cade Wallace is going to pick up 5+ again. Correction, 5 yards exactly, second down 5.
Well, sometimes you see momentum with the defense. Both times tonight we've seen momentum with the offense. First, Phillipsburg moved it all the way down the field and didn't get points. Now Clay Center is doing the same thing, moving it towards the other end.
Quick back to the line. Wallace underneath. Ball is lost on the ground and maybe given up. The officials going in to take a look. Wallace battling for it. And they will say it is Clay Center's football, so Cade Wallace was able to come up with it, but they lose a couple of yards. That ball was dropped right out of the snap from Millius that time.
Oh, yeah, he was. And then he just got slammed between two different Phillipsburg players.
So third down, and we'll call it 7 to go after a loss of 2 on the play. The Tigers at the Phillipsburg 25-yard line. Wallace under center. In motion goes Griggs. They'll fake the pitch. Wallace right side fires out in the flats, has a receiver. Levi Fitzenmeyer. He's tackled on the sideline, but not before he gains another 10 yards, and the Tigers have a 1st and 10 inside the Phillipsburg 20-yard line.
What a great play execution, but what a great play call.
Right.
You know, what a great play call. I was fooled on that, and he oversold the pitch, and then, you know, all the momentum came to this left side. He turns around. Levi's all by himself over there on the right.
First 2 plays on offense from Riley Griggs that he had set up that play, because that's who the fake pitch went to. And Levi Fitzenmeyer, sure-handed on the sideline, draws it in, and it's 1st and 10 for the Tigers now at the 15. Wallace underneath, handoff. Fitzenmeyer again, bounces off a tackler, still scrambling for more. He picks up 2 on what was nothing, and the Tigers will have 2nd down and 8.
Well, and those ball carriers, and they're all being coached hard about this on both sides, but if you're up there in the middle running hard, you got to hang on to that ball, because these are not quick whistles tonight.
Right.
And there can be a late fumble very easily on one of these.
2nd down 8. Tigers again look to the sideline for the call. Atkinson, Enneking left, Peyton Lane right, and now they're going to let the quarter clock end. We've completed 1 period on this Football Friday. The Tigers tied 0-0, 2nd and 8. They have it at the Phillipsburg 15-yard line. You're listening to Tiger Football on 100.9.
Trucks, and more trucks. We've got them here at Glavin Ford of Clay Center. Hi, I'm Jeremy Glavin, and I welcome you to come shop our great lineup. We have over 30 heavy-duty trucks to choose from. They'll take you from work, haul on off-road, and a night on the town. We have an amazing selection of F-350s, and we're taking $10,000 off MSRP. With that deal, I promise you there's a perfect one for you. Help us move them on out, and we're going to keep them running for you. With our oil changes for life and our engines for life, we're Glavin Ford of Clay Center.
Livestock producers, you have a January 1st deadline. Central Valley Ag wants to help you get ready for VFDs.
If you feed medically important drugs to your livestock, you have to have a VFD or a form from your veterinarian.
Central Valley Ag Coordinator Abby Simonson invites you to a lunch meeting in your area.
We'd like to invite producers to stop in, have lunch, learn about the VFDs so they understand what's going on when January 1st rolls around.
Meetings will be held during September. For dates, times, and locations, go to cvacoop.com/events.
Again, we bring you back to Phillipsburg. The Clay Center Tigers right now tied 0-0, but are starting to make a march right now. And this has been a great drive for the Tigers. A 4th down conversion, a 3rd and long with the pass play conversion, and they just keep finding a way to move those chains.
Oh, they really have. And you know, that was a quick quarter. That quarter just went by really fast. There's only been a couple passes in the first quarter, maybe one by each team, and about 60 yards or so of offense for each team. Tigers on the move here.
They have it 2nd down and 8. It's at the 13-yard line of Phillipsburg. Cade Wallace, pitch out right side for Riley Griggs. Cuts against the grain, gets by a tackler. He's down inside the 10. He will pick up yardage to the 7-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 2 to go for the Tigers. And Riley Griggs, they stopped him from going outside, Chet. He just cut against the grain.
That's what he did. He stopped and he cut it back up, and that got him about 3 or 4 yards that was going to get closed off on him there.
I heard a lot when I was at practice this week with the Tigers talking about watch the cutback, meaning Phillipsburg. Yeah. Phillipsburg's going to have to pay attention to a Riley Griggs cutback as well. In motion goes Hunter Mullen. Handoff underneath to Levi Fitzenmeyer, and he's going to get down in near the 5. He needed the 5 for the first down. I thought he had gotten there, but I think he's just short. Oh, man. It'll be very, very close. 4th down and inches for the Tigers at the Phillipsburg 5 and a 3rd yard line. Just outside the 5. Cade Wallace started to go quick. Now he does go in under center. 4th down and short. They had the quarterback conversion earlier on a keep, and he does the ball forward well inside the 5. It's 1st and goal, Tigers, down to the Phillipsburg 3-yard line.
Well, he was backing in with his backside there, and then spun around to get another yard and a half. Plenty enough for the first in.
Those who remember Big John Weimers, I mean, more yardage at the end of a play by digging his heels in and going backwards up the field. It was amazing.
I about brought out the John Weimers old school there.
1st down goal, Tigers at the Phillipsburg 3-yard line. Wallace under center, Fitzenmeyer behind him. Mullen and Ebert on the field. It's a pitch out left side. Hunter Mullen's hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss. They faked it underneath, then a quick pitch left to Hunter Mullen, and the Phillipsburg defense really read it well.
Well, we're kind of a precision offense. We need to be, and we're quick, and we know that. There was a lot going on that time, and it took just a hair longer for it all to develop, and they got a good stop on it.
It brings up 2nd down and goal. The Tigers bring Wyatt Alexander in on the right side as a receiver this trip. McCade Melius is center. Cade Wallace goes in underneath. 2nd down goal, just outside the 5. In motion goes Adam Ebert. They kick it to him. He cuts against, back to the 5-yard line. Now it's 3rd down and goal. They had lost about 5 yards on that 2nd down play.
Yeah.
Now it brings up 3rd down and goal. They're back to the 5. Maybe just outside the 5. 3rd down goal, 9.5 minutes, a quick, lightning quick first half thus far. Not many pass plays. Both teams have really driven the ball well. Right now the Tigers would love to drive it 6 more yards to find pay dirt. 3rd down and goal, Cade Wallace again under center. In motion goes Ebert. They fake it, rolls left, looking to pass, fires back of the end zone. He has Atkinson in the king, and he can't come down with it. Went up and just couldn't quite get his hands to it. Had a defender right on his hip the entire time, and it looks like the Tigers will bring in Peyton Lane for a field goal try.
I think Anthony thought he was closer to the back of the end zone than he was, because he kind of held up, and he has ups. He's 6'3", and he can get up there, and he got his hand on it, but if he wouldn't have delayed, he might have pulled that inside the line. It was a great effort on both parts.
9:10 to work, opening quarter. Tigers have Peyton Lane in to kick. Hunter Mullen is the holder. Parker Folks, the long snapper. 4th down, field goal try. Snap is short. They yell fire. Hunter Mullen's going to run it left, trying to get rid of it. Throws it left-handed towards the back of the end zone. Peyton Lane tries to bat it back in bounds, and it's going to fall incomplete. So the Tigers unable to take advantage of a great drive, and this will be Phillipsburg's football at about the 6-yard line. They'll start deep in their own end, but both teams have had drives that now both stalled.
The snap was in the grass, and it was short of the holder, and so at first Hunter was still trying to recover to hold it,
right,
and then he just had to call fire, and everybody went but couldn't pull anything out of it.
Rolled left and gave it a heave toward Peyton Lane in the back of the end zone. Lane went down. He's got a banged up thumb that they've had taped. I know he went down hard on it right there, so they're taking a look at him on the sideline. Here's sides, handoff near the goal line to Coombs, and he's going to get out and tackled by Adam Ebert, but not before he goes from the 6-yard line out across the 10 all the way to the 12. They mark you down. It's going to be 2nd down and 3, a 7-yard gain.
Yeah, it was a big gain, and when you take over a possession like that, you've got a little momentum because you just stopped the other team from scoring. Both teams have experienced that now. Right. They had a long field in front of them, 95, 96 yards in front of them, so they just want to get away from that end zone. Good run on 1st down by Phillipsburg. It would be a great place for the Tiger defense to bow up and not move the chain.
Sides with 3 backs behind him. Works it right side, fakes it, wants to option it. Now he's going to keep it and turn it up the field. He's got some room. Adam Ebert trying to track him down into the 50-yard line. Now angles back to the 30. Ebert dives and does trip him up right at the 10. Sides got outside, found some space, and give Adam Ebert tremendous credit He tracked him down for 60 yards, took a dive at the 10, and was able to trip him up.
Well, that's two fast guys going up the sidelines there. And it looked like Adam was going to catch him, then it didn't. He started to pull away, and then Adam starts catching him again, and then you could tell he had to make just one final dive or he's gone, and he did that, stopped him on the 10.
Got him by the ankle. Side stays in at quarterback with 3 backs behind. It's 1st down and 10. The football right at the 10-yard line. They call it 1st and goal. They've taken the chains off the field.
I bet the quarterback doesn't keep it this time.
I would doubt it, yeah. Sides from the gun. Handoff left. This is Kurt Coombs, and he is going to be tackled about the 5. And, Chet, I know we often get picky, but it seems to me there's a back every time for Phillipsburg that gets a little lean head start toward a gap. And at that time, it was very evident, looked like to me.
Yeah, it's bothering me, too.
Now there's a timeout taken by the Tigers. They were late getting a substitution in, and so it's 2nd down and goal at the Tiger 5 for Phillipsburg. A timeout on the field. We'll take one here as well. You're listening to Tiger Football on KCLY.
We live in such a busy world. Who has time to run all those errands on your lunch hour? With the convenience of mobile banking at the Citizens National Bank, making a deposit is as easy as taking a selfie. Snap a photo of the check and submit it through mobile banking. Download the CMB app on your smartphone and let CMB run your banking errands for you. Also, check out our new e-alerts, which can be customized to your needs. The Citizens National Bank, member FDIC. Mobile deposit is subject to approval.
Go big or go gig with Twin Valley Pulse. How big, you ask? You can get internet speeds of up to 1,000 megabytes per second. That's incredibly fast. That's 100 times faster than most U.S. households. Not convinced? How about downloading 25 songs in 1 second? How about downloading high-def TV shows in 3 seconds and high-def movies in 36 seconds? That's smoking fast. And Twin Valley is the only one offering Pulse Gig internet service. So call 800-515-3311 to order Pulse today with Twin Valley.
Tiger defense back out on the field right now, faced with a 2nd down and goal by Phillipsburg at Clay Center's 5-yard line. 7:49 to work. First half of play, no score. Sides with Coombs and Gower behind. He'll hand off right side, and a little counter play and a cut against the grain, and an end zone dive for Coombs. Touchdown for Phillipsburg. One big play, and we were just talking at break, Chet, that it was one defensive back breakdown. It was huge the way it ends up, but it's one little wrinkle you don't get assigned, and then it turns into a huge play for Phillipsburg.
We saw such great play all the way through. One breakdown on one play, and it takes it all the way to the other end of the field to the 10-yard line.
Now the swinging gate formation by Phillipsburg, and they will hike it, and they will run it to the sideline right, and they will get in for a 2-point conversion. Taken in by Braden Juneman. Tigers practiced on that. I watched them during the week. They just couldn't cut the pylon off. It's 8-0. Clay Center trails it over against Phillipsburg. They'll get the football back when we return.
Tiger Football on KCLY is brought to you in part by Farmers Cooperative, Schramm Chrysler Dodge Jeep of Manhattan, Union State Bank, Farmers Union Insurance, Jim Gearhand, agent, Bud's Tire Service, Central Office Service and Supply, Ray's Apple Market, TSI Incorporated Clay Center, United Bank and Trust, and Wilbur Ellis Reed Seed and Feed.
Back once again in Phillipsburg, Rocky Downing along with our studio engineer Bernie Fancella, Kerry Carlson, Randy Carlson alongside, as the Tigers right now find themselves trailing 8-0 after what has been a really offensive-minded game, but grinded out by both teams. All of a sudden, one electric play, and now the Tigers are down by a score.
Well, and that electric play was a quarterback keeper because we gave him no choice. You know, there was enough of an opening there. I mean, I said you or I could have run for not 60 that he got. Well, we could have gone for 25 or 30. Now we wouldn't be able to talk yet. But no, it was a bad breakdown on defense, and it translates into 8-0.
I want to remind you to stay tuned. Halftime, the Green Team Cars halftime show will be coming up. The Labor Day sales event is going on now at the Green Team at Clay Center. 20% off selected Ram trucks and Jeep Cherokees. Additional rebates on several vehicles, but don't miss out on the savings. Labor Day sales event in September 6th. Green Team Cars, Clay Center. Tigers with the kickoff. Take it back at about the 10-yard line. A return through the middle and a dive forward from Adam Ebert. You said earlier, Chet, he runs hard. He's fast, but he runs hard. He's You saw it right there with a dive through a defender.
And that was a good 20-yard return by Adam there. He took it at about the 7-yard line. We're out here at about the 27, 28. Well, that was a good return by Adam. And you know, they were kicking off with the wind there, so they were able to send it back there. And now the Tigers just need to pick up where they left off. They got it down to what we took over at goal with the 3, and we couldn't get it in. So we just need to go back to what worked for us in that last series.
Cade Wallace looks to the sideline. The line already up on the line of scrimmage, getting set to go. Brandon Loader has joined that offensive line on the right side. Here's a handoff underneath. Notice Wallace keeping it and having some troubles getting it back under control. He does get a yard out of it. It'll be 2nd down and 9 as he moves it out to the 30-yard line.
Everything about that tackle was above the neck.
Yeah, right.
He basically got tackled by the helmet that time and twisted down, but picked up a 1 somehow on that play.
Cade Melius is center. To the right side is Parker Folks and Brandon Loader right now. To the left side for the Tigers is Jake Wynn and Holden Heigl, and then Zeb Bloom, the tight end. Wallace under center. 2nd down 9. Handoff underneath this time, and a break of a tackle by Levi Fitzenmeyer, and he dives to the 40-yard line. That'll be 1st and 10, play center, and the fullback explodes through a tackler and gets out across the 40 for the 1st and 10.
Well, I like the way he came up the middle there. He reminds me of Gabe Ware last year, you know, the way he ran hard, and then they come hit him, and he just bounce off and keep going, and that's what he did. Second effort got him that 1st down.
Gabe Ware, along with a couple of Tigers for Highland last week, had a huge win for the Scouties as they posted it, the hit from the sticks. T-Money and company. Here's a pitch out left side for Riley Griggs. He cuts against the grain. He's got 1st down yardage and a touch for Griggs on the pitch from Cade Wallace at the last second with the left hand on the money, and Riley Griggs takes it inside Phillipsburg territory.
Well, Riley Griggs did 2 things really good that time. First, he pulled in the pitch because it was a little bit high and he was running to his left, and he pulls in the pitch, make sure he had sure hands on it, and then he made a great cut. He was about halfway into that run, and he made a great cut. We moved the chains once again.
Griggs now 4 carries in this first half, 57 yards already. 1st down and 10 for the Tigers. Football is down to the 46-yard line of Phillipsburg. Clay Center trying to answer the scoring drive of the Panthers. Handoff underneath. Fitzenmeyer tried to go up top, and he was crunched underneath by Gower. Knocked the wind out, but he's quickly back up, and he'll catch it in the huddle. 2nd down, 9, again of 1.
Some of our backs, almost all of our backs tend to leave their feet, you know, and so when they get tackled, it looks like the most amazing tackle in the world, but they kind of do them a favor in looking that way, too.
2nd down, 9, like diving into a pool.
Yeah.
Going forward. 2nd down, 9. We have Peyton Lane to the right side now for the Tigers. Fitzenmeyer behind Cade Wallace. They will fake it, pitch it out. Here's Griggs again. He's got some room to run downhill. He's going to be knocked out at the 40-yard line. And it'll be 3rd down and about 4 left to go.
Yeah, third and doable. 3rd and makeable. Maybe 5, but at the 40-yard line, Tigers on the move again.
The ball is almost on the 40. The 1st down marker is like the 37. I think this is more of a 3rd down, 3 or 4 yardage. Kind of an odd angle from where we sit up here atop the press box at Phillipsburg. 3rd down, we'll call it 4. 5:21 to work. We're in the 2nd quarter. Tigers down 8-0, but marching. Cade Wallace, it's like a check down at the line of scrimmage. Goes under center. Now puts the ball underneath. Now he's going to pitch it out right side. Hunter Mullen hit in the backfield. Mullen's touched the ball twice on offense, and Phillipsburg has played a defensive call perfectly into where he's been. That's the 2nd time they've had a spy on Hunter Mullen, it almost seems.
Yeah, and I think it's John Gower. I think he might have made that other stop, too. I need to go back and look. Right. But, yeah, it's like they're all over. It's like there's a spy on Hunter.
4:53 to work here in the opening half. Tigers down 8-0. Tigers will step back to punt it. It's going to be Cade Wallace to punt, 4th down and 9. Football at the Phillipsburg 49. He's kicking into kind of a crosswind, but more at him than across. Dylan Moon, the up back. Here's the punt from Wallace. Wobbly kick that's going to bounce, check backwards, and will be down by the Tigers' Holden Heigl at about the 25-yard line. So the special teams for Phillipsburg trying to return the ball that was touched by the Tigers to down it. It'll be 1st and 10.
And the coach is complaining that there wasn't a whistle, and I think he's right. But, I think the officials were kind of lazy there, getting over there to spot the ball. Right. Didn't worry about getting the beat bag out.
Thinking no one's going to take off running because it's not a fumble. And so didn't get the whistle maybe blown as soon as they would have liked to. There was a whistle. Okay, well, Dr. Stat says there was a whistle. He, without the headphones, would hear that better. So the whistle was blown.
There was one, but there shouldn't have been.
Right. 4:22 to work. We're in the second quarter. Tigers trailing 8-0. Phillipsburg back with the football. Trey Sides works it right side. Punched in the backfield is Gower, and that is Gavin Ware, I think, first contact. Parker Folks maybe in on the play. Big Daddy and Ware, a crunch. It looked like in the backfield they give him a gain of 1, 2nd down 9.
Well, Gower's been on the giving end of a couple of those hits. That time he was on the receiving end from a couple of Tigers.
Tigers up front, Zeb Bloom, Kramer Rainbolt, Gavin Ware is mentioned, Parker Folks, Ebert and Atkinson Inniking, the outside linebacker. Sides back to pass, pressure coming from Hunter Mullen. Ball nearly tipped and taken away by Caleb Mendham. It'll be knocked down. Mendham, great coverage. He read it perfectly, got his hands up to it, just couldn't haul it in. Pressure from Hunter Mullen, a big part of the pass play downfield.
After it squirted through Mendham's arms, which he made a great jump on that ball, it was almost caught by Peyton Lane and the intended receiver. They were both, before it hit the grass.
3rd down and 9. Tigers trying to make a quick stop, maybe get the football back before the end of the half. They trailed 8-0.
We need to stop them and make them punt right here.
Sides has Gower alone in the backfield with him. And hesitation in the backfield, now squirts out to the right, and we've got a penalty flag down. Sides wanted to get rid of it, now tucks it and runs it for 1st down yardage. Goes out of bounds right side, but there is a flag down in the backfield. And I think this is coming back. It just looked odd from the start. It is a hold on the offense. This is huge because that's in the backfield. I think it was Atkinson Inniking that they held because he was getting close to Sides. Trey Sides cut that shotgun Snapchat and almost froze, like he thought the play was dead.
Yeah, it was almost like he was going to hand it to the ref.
Yeah, and then he took off running, got big yardage, but that was because of the hold. So this is going to move them back inside the 20. And that will be 3rd down now and a very long yardage to go for Phillipsburg. Right at the 20, they mark it at the 19, it looks like.
Yeah.
So 3rd down and 21 to go for the Panthers with 3:37 to work. An 18-yard takeaway, really. 12-yard penalty on the play because it was in the backfield. And now a timeout taken by Phillipsburg. So the Tigers got something working. 8-0 down, but they've got a defensive pin opportunity. 3rd and long for the Panthers when we come back.
Oldie Seed has soil-specific seed to fit your soybean acre-specific needs. Soybean varieties with excellent SDS, stress tolerance, excel on high pH levels, and salt excluders that will not limit your yield potential. Oldie Seed is your trusted supplier for high-yielding soybeans built to fit your specific needs. Call your Oldie Seed representative today at 877-692-4555. That's 877-692-4555.
You're listening to Tiger Football on KCLY. Welcome back again to Phillipsburg. The Tigers have pushed Panthers into a long 3rd down situation. We'll get back to that in a moment. Couple of scores from the NCKL. Abilene up on TMP. That's 19-0. That was after 1 quarter of play. And at the end of 1 quarter, Rossville, number 1 ranked in Class 3A, leads Marysville 14-6. That's after 1 quarter. So the Bulldogs of Marysville trying to counter the Bulldogs of Rossville tonight, and thus far hanging right in there.
This is an extremely important play. The line of scrimmage is the 14-yard line. It's 3rd and over 20, and we have to make this stop. 3:33 to go in the half. We got to get this ball back.
Sides rolls right. He wants to pass it. Looking downfield, a lot of time. Tigers back in prevent. Now the fire goes down the field a long way and overthrown. Football lands at the 40-yard line. The intended receiver had no chance to get to it. Double coverage, Peyton Lane, the primary coverage on the play that time downfield, and Riley Griggs in there as well.
And
now it's 4th down and 24.
Yeah, and he was throwing that ball with that wind, and he put a little air under it, and I could tell as soon as it left his hands that unless that guy had Tyler Lockett's speed, he wasn't going to get to that ball because it was going to be way too deep.
So now back to punt for the Panthers is the quarterback, Trey Side. 3:23 to work. The Tigers will get it back. Return men stand at the 50-yard line. Line drive kick. Peyton Lane back to receive it at his own 45. Gets a block, goes right. Now cuts against the grain left. Back up through the middle. To the outside right. He's to the 30. Shakes by another tackler all the way to the Phillipsburg 23-yard line. There is a flag, though, behind the play. What a run from Peyton Big Play Lane. But there is a penalty flag back behind at about the 37-yard line.
Well, that was just fun to watch.
Wow.
That was just fun to watch. First, he made a great catch on that punt because they were punting with the wind, but it was a line drive punt, and he had to catch it on his shoulder, you know.
With the thumb.
Yeah, if that gets past him, that's going to go a long way.
It is against the Tigers, an illegal block behind the run. Amazing run. He actually went away from 2 blockers at the very beginning of that run, then cut against the grain to the middle, then got it out to the right side. A spin move down to the 22, but again, the penalty flag is going to move the Tigers back to the Phillipsburg 46. So they do start with a short field, 3:09 to work.
And even with that penalty, he still has like a 12-yard return out of this thing. I mean, because the penalty was downfield a ways for him. So the Tigers with decent position here, 3 minutes and 9 seconds to go. And, you know, they've been moving the ball.
1st down and 10. Off the sideline comes Wyatt Alexander, who will run it wide receiver left, split out. Griggs and Ebert flanked. Quarterback is Wallace. Fitzenmeyer, the fullback. The pitch out goes to Griggs, and this time Phillipsburg eats it up. Tried to pitch it quick to the left side. He was coming from right to left, and there were 2 Panther defenders there when he picked up the football.
I'm trying to get a number on that.
2nd down, 14. Football moved back to the midfield stripe. Griggs trying to get his ankle back to where he can move. He's favored a little bit. Still trying to shake out the kinks, it looks like. 2:40 to work in this second quarter. Tigers down 8-0. 2nd down, 14 yards to go. Clock ticking at 2:33. Cade Wallace in under center. Zeb Bloom is split out to the right side now. Griggs goes in motion. They fake it that way. They fire right. They've got Adam Ebert, and he is hit immediately. Correction, Levi Fitzenmeyer the catch, and he is hit immediately by Gower.
Yeah, Gower's a big hit guy. He's got several of those. He brings it high, you know, and so he's going to pick up a few penalties throughout the year too. But he's had some big hits in this first half.
Now 3rd down and long, 3rd and 14 for the Tigers at the Panther 54. 1 receiver left, Atkinson Inniking. 1 off to the right, Peyton Lane. In motion goes Hunter Mullen. Back to pass, Cade Wallace. Pressure on him, fires across the middle looking for Atkinson Inniking, and it is picked off. What a catch in the backfield by Phillipsburg. The interception coming from Trey Side, who is the quarterback. And I'm telling you, he made one heck of a catch against the grain.
He really did. He had both hands kind of down at waist level out in front of him, and, you know, he's running towards it, and he, backhands it
like
there.
A shortstop, backhanding behind second base, only he caught it in the air.
And he caught it in stride, yeah.
Minute 39 now for Phillipsburg, and the Tigers' defense needs to stop to keep the lead at 8-0 headed toward halftime. And off right side, Kirk Coombs is tripped up in the backfield by Gavin Ware, and he was deep into the backfield. They're going to get 1 or 2 yards, but Ware tripped him up about 2 or 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Down to a minute 25 to work. Sides with 3 backs behind him. Hands off left side. This is Coombs again. Seth Bloom got the first hit. Adam Ebert in on the play. Tigers defensively right now trying to keep Phillipsburg at bay. The finish on that tackle from Gavin Seabold. 3rd down and a yard. Phillipsburg goes quick. 1 back, Gower behind side. 3rd and 1. He'll hand it off to Gower. Has the first down across the midfield stripe. And with 54 seconds left, the clock will stop to move the chains. Phillipsburg now has 1st and 10. It's at the Tiger 49-yard line.
That early step by their back is really getting on my nerves.
Well, I knew you had to have been seeing it because I was watching not even eyeballing that area. Here's a counter play from right to left, and it's Mark Coombs who is hit 2 or 3 yards downfield. He falls forward to the 45. It'll be second down, 5 yards still to go, and Phillipsburg will take a timeout. We'll take one as well. You're listening to Tiger Football on KCLY.
For a pre-owned quality car, there's one place to shop, Glavin Ford of Clay Center. We have vehicles starting out as low as $2,995. Due to high volume sales, we are overstocked on pre-owned vehicles, and we're willing to let them go at amazing low prices. Let our loss be your gain. We stand behind our product, and we stand behind our amazing customers. We are home of engines and oil changes for life. So come see us and check out this great selection of pre-owned vehicles and shop us online at GlavinFordofClayCenter.com.
Don't shop for tires at a dealer whose idea of selection is white wall or black wall. Head to the dealer who carries the brands you trust. Michelin offers safe, fuel-efficient, long-lasting tires that provide exceptional performance and extraordinary value. BF Goodrich tires are built for drivers looking for high performance and aggressive styling. Next time you need tires, get the selection you deserve. For the best tires, advice, and service, visit the experts at Bud's Tire Service, 410 Court Street, Clay Center. Proud supporters of Clay Center Tiger Athletics.
8-0, Phillipsburg the lead. 41 seconds now remaining in the half. Panthers with the football at the Tiger 45-yard line. Second down, 6 yards to go. Sides from the gun. A little low snap. He picks it up, but now he is crushed in the backfield. He will lose 2 yards. Zeb Crash Bloom in on the play, and Big Daddy Parker Folks in on it as well. And the Tigers make a big stop here to make it 3rd and long.
I don't want to be between those two guys. I'm telling you that right now. They hit him hard.
8-0, 29 to work, and a timeout taken again here at 3rd and long. We'll take one more break before we head toward halftime. Phillipsburg faced with 3rd and 6. 29 seconds to work after this.
To ensure your total satisfaction when you need a new roof, siding, windows, or guttering, go with a dependable professional contractor. Choose Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement. You know us and our work. We're properly licensed and adequately insured for your protection. We have a proven reputation for providing quality roofing services, and we're committed to each job and our clients. We put our 36 years of experience in every project, and we stand behind our work without fail. Find us online at GeislerRoofing.com.
Chet, for an 8-0 ball game, in a game that's had a missed field goal and a missed field goal opportunity, just had an emotional ride up and down because there's been a whole lot of changes of momentum.
That's exactly right, and that is what has happened. I mean, each team gets a spring in their step and starts taking it to the other team, and then something happens, and then it turns around and goes the other way.
3rd down, 6. Phillipsburg again at the Tiger 45-yard line. Sides in motion. Combs goes in motion. Now it's sides left, one to pass. Pressure on to the sideline. Short hops his receiver. That's because he had Kramer Rainbolt and Zeb Bloom rolling at him, and he had to throw across his body and had no chance to get it to a receiver. It's 4th and 6.
I figured the way he looked on that interception, he'd have no trouble rolling to his left, but he only got the ball about halfway to that receiver.
4th down, 6. Phillipsburg with 24 seconds to work here in the first half, leading 8-0. They'll have one more shot here on 4th down. And now they drop back to quick kick it, and they will fire it downfield. Left-footed kick by Sides is going to roll out of bounds inside the 10. So they give up the chance of doing something silly with short time and a long field really to go in 4th down, and they just drop back. And their punter in punt formation, that time as a quarterback, dropped back and quick kicked it.
Well, and that was textbook. I mean, he puts it inside the 10 at, the 7-8 yard line. He kicks it out of bounds there, and he just kind of pooched it.
8-0, 19 seconds to work. At the Green Team Cars halftime show coming up in just a moment. Tigers will likely get to a knee and just protect where they're at right now. Cade Wallace goes under center, protected formation. He'll step back, take a knee with 18. And both teams right now, I think, would like to get to halftime in the locker room and just sort things out. And they will let this clock wind down. 4 seconds, 3, 2, and 1. Halftime is here at Phillipsburg. The Clay Center Tigers trail 8-0 as we head to half. You're listening to Tiger Football on KCLY.
Soil variability occurs throughout every field. From various soil mapping, soil sampling, and variable rate recommendations, CS Precision Ag is ready to address the issues that ultimately have a large impact on your bottom line. We are currently accepting new customers for this fall and look forward to helping you succeed. CS Precision Ag, serving customers throughout north central Kansas and south central Nebraska. Contact us today at 785-630-0596 or visit us online at csprecisionag.com.
United Bank and Trust has been fulfilling the banking needs of families and businesses in Northeast Kansas for decades. United Bank and Trust is always advancing and is excited to introduce a new and improved mobile banking app for your smartphone. Simply search UBT Mobile in the App Store and download. It's a mobile-fast world, and so is United Bank and Trust, the bank for your future. United Bank and Trust, banking for your way of life. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Now, I'm no doctor, but if you're battling lower back and shoulder pain, it could be from sitting too long at your desk.
So I need a vacation.
You need the Lorel desktop sit-stand monitor and keyboard riser that allows you to easily change from sitting to standing and back again in seconds.
A trip to the Bahamas would probably be more affordable.
Nonsense. Here at Central Office, it's on sale for $279, plus our ergonomic high back chair for only $219. Give it a try. Isn't that better than a trip to the Bahamas?
No, but I bet I'll be more comfortable at work. Thanks, Central Office Service and Supply Guy.
Do you have all the accessories you need for all your electronic gadgets and gizmos? If not, Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy and Radio Shack is the place to get the extras. They have AV cables, batteries of all sizes, remote controls, wall mounts, car mounts, cases, memory cards, and so much more. And if you want to upgrade any of your electronics, check out their computers and tablets, cell phones, digital cameras, GPS units, and Xbox systems. Radio Shack has it all, and you'll find it at Patterson Health Mart in Clay Center.
Back once again, we bring you to Phillipsburg. Halftime is here. The Green Team Cars halftime show. Frankie Downing with Kerry Carlson, Dr. Stat. Our studio engineer is Bernie Fancella, and Chet Carlson with us here at halftime. And Randy, as I said, kind of going into near the halftime break, I alluded to the fact there's been a lot of emotional up and down for both teams in a really low-scoring, very quick first half of play.
And when we talk about emotion, when we talk about momentum, you know, we're talking about confidence, too. And both of these teams have the ability to have quite a bit of confidence. Now, when, 140 football teams in the state of Kansas, and only about 10 of them get to finish the season with a win. Right. So Phillipsburg comes in as a state champion, Clay Center came in here with a lot of confidence. Each team had something to support that confidence throughout that first quarter especially. And so if I'm in either locker room right now, it doesn't matter which team I'm on, I feel like I should be ahead about 14-0. And I think both of these teams are thinking that right now. They feel like some things got away from them. We can do this. We can beat these guys. And both teams feel that way, and both teams are right.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, because Phillipsburg drove deep and then gave it up on the missed field goal, hits the crossbar, bounces backwards. They actually gave it up before that when they had a drop pass that would have hit the Tiger 5-yard line. So, those are two huge plays that all of a sudden swung that emotion over to the Tigers after Phillipsburg had driven. And then the Tigers take over, and all they do is, methodically beat up Phillipsburg's defense down to the 3-yard line.
Right.
Then they lose yardage, and then the bobbled snap on the field goal try, and now the momentum swings right back the other way. And really the only big play of the game that was a huge momentum blast was the Trey Sides run at quarterback, where the Tigers just had a breakdown defensively.
A breakdown, and it's almost a momentum defeater when you get caught on something like that too. And you can sometimes rally your defense around catching somebody like that, but it was just too much damage. It only delayed the touchdown by a couple plays.
It is the, again, Green Team Cars halftime show. We'll come back and there's some numbers to look at from this first half of play. The big numbers that the Tigers will pay most attention to is 8-0 on the scoreboard. They trail by that one score. Halftime continues. The Green Team Cars halftime after this.
Stubble is what's left if you trim off a beard but don't shave. In pretty much the same way, short stalks remain when a field of wheat, say, has been cut. Think of us at Wilbur Ellis Reed Seed and Feed as barbers, and let us recommend the products to finish off the weeds or stray hairs for a nice-looking field. We offer the latest in wheat varieties, design the starter fertilizer package, and line up the application. Let's trim up your fields and get a healthy wheat growth started. Walk-ins are welcome at Wilbur Ellis Reed Seed and Feed.
State Farm is proud to support the people who make this community great. From our kids clubs, sports, and organizations to local projects like the Play Center Zoo, we are proud to keep our dollars and ideas local and encourage you to do the same. For insurance, banking, and investments, contact me, David Borgerding, at 1028 Lincoln, downtown Play Center, to trust State Farm's financial strength.
If you're an experienced over-the-road truck driver looking to step up to a strong, well-established company and one who treats their employees right, TSI Kansas invites you to join our family of drivers. We're looking to add more qualified Class A CDL drivers to our ranks. See, after working for TSI Kansas for many years, John and Sandy Link and I now own the company, and we're dedicated to keeping our company strong. I'm Jason Hall with TSI Kansas Incorporated of Clay Center.
Tiger Football on KCLY is brought to you in part by Subway of Clay Center, CS Precision Ag of Clifton, Clavin Ford of Clay Center, Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy and Radio Shack, Central Valley Ag, Citizens National Bank of Clay Center, Greenleaf, Belleville, and Concordia, Twin Valley, Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement, State Farm Insurance, Dave Borgerding, agent, and Oldie Seed Farms.
Back once again, we bring you to Phillipsburg at halftime, the Green Team Cars halftime show. And we'll remind you that there is a Labor Day sales event going on at the Green Team in Clay Center. Labor Day sales event has 20% off selected Ram trucks and Jeep Cherokees, additional rebates on several vehicles, but don't miss out on the savings. Labor Day sales event ends September 6th at the Green Team Cars in Clay Center. Again, here at halftime, the Tigers trailing 8-0, and we've kind of talked about the ebb and flow of this football game. Let's talk about some of the things that have stood out. First off, you've got to jump to number 27. Riley Griggs has had a big start to this football game.
Well, I think in the first three plays of the game, twice on the first and the third play, not of the game, but of Clay Center's first possession, I think he had a gain of near 20 yards, 21 on the first one, and close to that on his next carry, which was our third play. So, yeah, he got that speed out there on the sideline. Then later, he made some really good runs with stopping and cutting that back upfield.
Then we moved to Adam Ebert, his counterpart on the opposite side of that wing. You know, he hasn't had a lot of touches, but he always runs so hard, and we alluded to that a couple of times, even on the return he had in special teams. You know, those two guys are going to be a big part of what this offense does. Cade Wallace has made really good reads. That's to no one's surprise. There hasn't been a real sluggish start to this offense, but I'm going to throw out Levi Fitzenmeyer as a name that jumped out to me. The fullback has run the ball up the middle, made him stay honest, has had good runs, converted third downs, and the big catch he had downfield on a third and long.
Yeah, we've been watching him for years, and he got a lot of action as kicker off and on, but he showed a lot tonight already in this game, and he's fun to watch.
The Green Team Cars halftime show. We'll look at some of the defensive standouts from this first half of play when we come back on halftime.
Deep roots. They're the key to survival for crops, especially during a dry period. Deep roots are a good illustration of how Union State Bank has served this community since 1901 in all types of economic weather. Our roots go deep into agriculture with ag loans, deep into small businesses with commercial loans, and deep into neighborhoods with home loans. As the only locally chartered bank in Clay County, you'll deal with someone you know at Union State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Life seems to get busier every day. The kids have sports practices and games. There's a mountain of laundry to do at home, plus trying to find some time to cook a decent meal and keep the house reasonably clean. I'm just so thankful I can quickly stop in at Ray's Apple Market and find everything I need. What I really like is that I feel like my kids are always safe when I'm shopping, and the staff is so friendly and helpful. Ray's Apple Market is our store.
Don't trust your biggest asset to just any contractor. Enlist the help of Geisler Roofing and Home Improvement. We've been around for 36 years and have built a reputation of professionalism and quality work. With a minimum of 6 crews working year-round, we're able to handle the workload for every commercial and residential project. We pride ourselves in our experience and commitment to our customers. We're licensed, insured, and bonded in Kansas and Nebraska and stand behind our work. Find us online at GeislerRoofing.com.
If you use standard diesel fuel, you should know that switching to Cenex Premium Diesel can make a powerful difference in your trucks and farm equipment. Cenex Premium Diesel is specially formulated to optimize performance. It's proven to deliver more power and up to 5% better fuel economy. Plus, it contains a special additive formulated for the demands of today's modern engines to help reduce downtime and maintenance.
Investing in our owner's success. Farmers Cooperative.
Back again, we bring you on defense and bring you on the halftime, Green Team Cars halftime show. We're going to talk defense, Chet. Some of the things that kind of jumped out early on, Jake Wynn, we saw his name and as a defensive lineman up there, doing some really good things for the Tigers. On the defensive side, middle linebacker, I should say, but he got to the defensive or offensive backfield quite a bit. We've seen coverage downfield, Atkinson Inniking and Peyton Lane. And then up front, Zeb Bloom, Gavin Ware, Parker Folks, Holden Heigl, those guys have disrupted things. They've not made this easy for Phillipsburg, even though they've been able to move the football. It's been a grinded out outside of one play that went for 70-plus yards on a busted defensive play. We've seen some solid stuff.
You're exactly right. The stats show that after Phillipsburg's first possession, that did take quite a while, and they ran 15 plays. After that, here's their next 3 times of possession: a minute 21, a minute 56, and a minute 20. So we were on the field on defense longer on the first possession for Phillipsburg than the next 3 all added together.
Yeah, good point. That first series from both teams was pretty wacky. To see them move and move and move and do such good things offensively and get nothing out of it, either team.
Yeah, it really was, and the stats show that. Phillipsburg's first possession, 15 plays, 7 minutes and 16 seconds. Time of possession, no points. Clay Center gets the ball, 17 plays, 7 minutes and 43 seconds. Time of possession, no points. So that's basically 15 minutes, the first 15 minutes of football. Each team had 1 possession and no points.
And no points out of it. And we're in position to get points.
Yeah, absolutely.
The yardage they tracked up those 2 drives. Take another break on the Green Team Cars halftime show. We'll come back and look at some of the numbers, hard numbers of this first half when we return.
Don't shop for tires at a dealer whose idea of selection is whitewall or blackwall. Head to the dealer who carries the brand you trust. Michelin offers safe, fuel-efficient, long-lasting tires that provide exceptional performance and extraordinary value. BF Goodrich tires are built for drivers looking for high performance and aggressive styling. Next time you need tires, get the selection you deserve. For the best tires, advice, and service, visit the experts at Bud's Tire Service, 410 Court Street, Clay Center. Proud supporters of Clay Center Tiger Athletics.
Next year's wheat crop depends on good decisions now. Talk with Sheldon, Pat, Doug, or Josh at Crop Production Service in their new location, west of Clay Center on Highway 24. They'll lay out your choices for weed control, choosing the right wheat seed for your soil conditions, and supply the fertilizer you need to apply it yourself, or you can take advantage of their custom application. Crop Production Services does everything they can to help increase the productivity of their local farmers.
The Labor Day sales event is on at Schramm Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Manhattan. Come test drive a new Ram truck that gets 29 miles per gallon or a Jeep Grand Cherokee that gets 30 miles to the gallon. You won't go wrong with either of these vehicles. Schramm Chrysler Dodge Jeep is the area's only 5-star certified dealership, and for 49 years, we've treated you like family. Come see us on West Anderson in Manhattan or online at schrammcars.com. Schramm Chrysler Dodge Jeep is a proud supporter of Tiger football.
Raise your hand if you need more internet speed.
Don't settle for yesterday's internet speed when you have a home full of today's devices. Stop and think of how many devices you have in your house on an average day, including smartphones, gaming systems, tablets, computers, and more. Upgrade to the maximum speed of 1,000 megabits per second for outstanding enjoyment when multiple people are streaming, downloading, or gaming. It's time to get your hands on Twin Valley Pulse Internet. Call 800-515-3311 to grab this deal today.
Back on the Green Team Cars halftime show, and Chet, let's break down some of the numbers. Let's start with Riley Griggs because we mentioned he got off to such a fast start in this ball game.
Yeah, he really did. And we mentioned, his first two runs were for almost 20 yards each, 20 and 18. He's got 5 rushes for 62 yards tonight. Cade Wallace has 5 rushes for 10. We have Levi Fitzmyer, who we were talking about, 5 rushes for 18. So each of those 3 guys have 5 rushes. We have Adam Ebert, 3 for 10 yards, and then Hunter Mullen's been stopped on all 3 times he touched the ball. He just got drilled as soon as the ball got to him.
Like they know where number 7's going before he ever touches the football tonight. Let's look at the offense for this Phillipsburg team. It's fairly balanced, but their quarterback has the bulk of it on one play.
He really does. He has 83 yards on 4 carries. Sides picked up 78 yards of those 83 on that one play.
Right.
And that one play is really the difference in the game with the 8-0. The Coombs brothers, Mark Coombs, 6 carries for 27 yards, and Brother Kirk, 7 carries for 31 yards. Then we also have Gower, who's the hard hitter on defense. Gower has 5 carries for 12 yards.
Tigers trail 8-0. Again, it is the Green Team Cars halftime show. We'll remind you once more, don't miss out on the Labor Day sale that's going on. It's a big event that you can stop in at the Green Team and check out. 20% off selected Ram trucks and Jeep Cherokees. Additional rebates on several vehicles. But don't miss out on the savings. Labor Day sales event in September 6th at Green Team Cars in Clay Center. You would have loved it this morning before we went on the air with Bill Rice at the Green Team.
Yeah.
He was talking Gene Wilder.
Oh.
And
I've been talking Gene Wilder all week.
And the passing, of course, of the great comedic actor. You would have loved that conversation.
I would have.
Stay with us. We'll continue. We'll have the second half on the way right after these.
Deep roots. They're the key to survival for crops, especially during a dry period. Deep roots are a good illustration of how Union State Bank has served this community since 1901 in all types of economic weather. Our roots go deep into agriculture with ag loans, deep into small businesses with commercial loans, and deep into neighborhoods with home loans. As the only locally chartered bank in Clay County, you'll deal with someone you know at Union State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
How do we make a better sandwich at Subway? Our new chicken Caesar melt is a great example. We start with tender rotisserie-style chicken that's raised without antibiotics. Top it with a savory Caesar sauce and add melted provolone and a sprinkle of Parmesan cheese for a flavor that's so deliciously unique, it redefines what a better sandwich should taste like. The all-new chicken Caesar melt from Subway. Limited time only.
Subway in Clay Center and Concordia.
Oldie Seed has soil-specific seed to fit your soybean acre's specific needs. Soybean varieties with excellent SDS, stress tolerance, excel on high pH levels, and salt excluders that will not limit your yield potential. Oldie Seed is your trusted supplier for high-yielding soybeans built to fit your specific needs. Call your Oldie Seed representative today at 877-692-4555. That's 877-692-4555.
Getting set to head toward halftime. The Clay Center Tigers down 8-0. Remember, they did win the opening coin toss, so they've deferred. So they'll have the choice here in the second half, and we'll assume that they would be taking the football to begin, trailing by that 8-0 margin. Some scores to pass along. Wamego leads Rock Creek at halftime 6-0. Abilene at halftime over TMP now up 39-0. Rossville leads Marysville 14-12 halftime. That's the Rossville Bulldogs, the number 1 ranked team in Class 3A for most publications. Beloit leads Concordia at halftime. That's a 14-6 ball game. So some good ones going on across the NCKL. We get some more of the scores around the KCLY community. Be glad to pass those along. Have not had any come in at this time out here at Phillipsburg.
Now in the second half, we start with the ball, and we get the wind in the fourth quarter.
That's good stuff.
That's good stuff.
That's a double whammy you like to have on your side. Tigers will send back deep to receive. Hunter Mullen to one side and Adam Ebert off to the other side. Ebert had a really good return earlier. They're going to kick his way again. It bounces, knocks it down to the 10, now picks it up and starts his return. To the middle he goes. Cuts by a defender, now runs into a wall. He gets it out to the 21-yard line, and really, the way that thing short-hopped him, he kind of, like a third baseman, centered it up, knocked it down in the dirt, then picked it up and did his job and got it out across the 20.
I was worried he was going to touch his knee because that knee went down pretty low.
Right. But he was up enough to pick up the football and get going. So the Tigers will take over at their own 21-yard line, trailing 8-0 here in Phillipsburg.
He got a little bit out of that return because that ball went to about the 10. He got about 10 on the return.
Offensive line set to go. McCade Melius over the football. Cade Wallace goes in underneath. They'll work left side. Now pitch out back. He goes to Griggs. Riley Griggs go to the outside. Now works off a block by Adam Ebert. Now is stuffed underneath after he gains maybe 4 or 5 yards. Ran a long ways to get that 4. Maybe it's going to be a 5-yard game. Second down and 5 to go, but a good run by Riley Griggs. And a good block outside in space by Adam Ebert.
Yeah, and I was surprised that everybody on the right side of the Phillipsburg defense they looked surprised that there was a pitch to Riley Griggs. You know, he shouldn't have had that kind of space, and he got a good gain out of it.
Here's Wallace. Started under center. Ebert went in motion. Now he stops and comes back into the original formation as Cade Wallace looks to the sideline, and they'll check down to a different play. Second down and 5. Wallace, handoff underneath. Levi Fitzenmeyer pushes forward to near the 30-yard line. It'll be third down and 2 or 3 left to go. We'll call it 3rd and 2 as he does touch the 30.
Well, and a big, important third down conversion here. Now, Phillipsburg converted 4 straight third down conversions in the game, and they haven't done one since. Clay Center has converted 2 fourth down conversions.
That's a good point. Third down and 2 here. Tigers again looking to the sideline, waiting for the play call. Peyton Lane is wide right. Line set to go. Fitzenmeyer behind Wallace. Flanked to both sides are Ebert and Griggs. Now it's Fitzenmeyer who digs his way, never going to the turf, to the 35-yard line, a gain of 6. It's 1st and 10. That's a bull coming through the middle.
Yeah, and he never did get put on the ground. They never did tackle him. He picked up 5 yards. He needed, one or 2?
Needed 2, picked up 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's going to be 1st and 10. You mentioned a big third down conversion if they can do it. It is huge. You've been talking about confidence a lot in this football game coming into it, how the game's kind of played itself out. This could be a real confidence builder.
It really can. And you know, it can come back. It can leave you and come back many times throughout a game. And they just need to put it together long enough to get some things going here.
Griggs goes in motion. He'll pitch to the left side. He's got a couple of blockers out in front. He's going to gain 7, 8, maybe 9 yards on the first down carry as they near the 45-yard line, still on their end of the field. But they've found some success, and I didn't get all the numbers outside. Holden Heigl, I see coming back from out there, one of the linemen that pulled, but they had 2 or 3 blockers that were making some hay out on the outside.
Well, and that's what it takes. We're looking at 2nd and 2 here. You know, when he ran his last carry, we were looking at 2nd and 6. If you can get a good gain on first down like Riley's done twice here, that makes 2nd and 3rd down so much easier.
And when does that fake and come the other way work?
Yeah, that time he came all the way from the right side, and he took it as a pitch to the left.
2nd down 2. Football is at the Tigers' own 44-yard line. In motion goes Hunter Mullen this trip. They'll hand off underneath. Levi Fitzenmeyer, more yardage ahead. He'll trip up at the 50-yard line. He gets to the 48. I think he had too much room. He was looking for somebody to go hit Chet, and there was nobody around him.
He was too excited, and he got happy feet there. He just slipped and went down because he saw where he wanted to go, and he made a cut. But he was alone right there. You can't give anybody a tackle there except Levi Fitzenmeyer.
Well, he's used to leaning on guys and pushing them forward. There was nobody in front of him.
What a great run, though. He got himself out there, and he broke through that line to get out there.
So 1st and 10, Tigers at the midfield stripe, actually to the 48 of the Panthers. Underneath handoff again. No, Wallace keeps it. Great read by Murph Wallace. He'll take it near the 45. Had it in the belly of Levi Fitzenmeyer, pulled it out, and takes it 5 yards forward.
And, you know, Kate hasn't carried that many times tonight, and we would hit some possessions last year. What do you have, 5 carries at halftime, I think? You know, sometimes in one possession he'd have 6 or 7 carries last year, and that shows how much we've been moving it around to our backs tonight. And when he keeps it, he's just a harder of a runner as they are, and he's hard to tackle.
2nd down 5. Cade Wallace again under center. Tigers moving inside Phillipsburg territory. Wallace again keeps it this time and gets nothing out of it. Same play, except they went to the right side, and Wallace was hit almost as he pulled the football out that time from Phillipsburg, and he'll get no yardage. 3rd down, still 5 yards to go, maybe 36. 8 minutes to work, 3rd quarter. Again, a lightning quick first half because these teams kept it on the ground and really churned out the yardage, just didn't get to the scoreboard very often. Tigers down 8-0. They have the football at the Phillipsburg 44. 3rd down, 6 yards to go. Peyton Lane, the receiver, to the right side. Zeb Bloom, a tight end left. Wallace turns, spins, pitches right. Ebert hitting the backfield, gets by a tackler. He will take it to the 43-yard line, but they're going to be short. It'll be 4th and still about 4 yards to go.
He's going to make it tempting, but here comes the punt unit. You know, it's, he's shorter than I thought he was.
Yeah, I thought he was more like 2 or 3 yards short, and it's 4th and 4, so that really isn't much of a decision. Now that we see the stakes put out there.
Yeah. We've been misled a couple times from this angle tonight, but Tigers punting against the wind here.
Cade Wallace has the snap, puts the boot into it, spirals one downfield, long hang time. They'll let it bounce, and it goes into the end zone.
Wow, what a punt.
Nearly stuck it inside the 10. It actually bounced at the 10-yard line. 43 yards, that punt by Cade Wallace, and he turned it over into the wind.
Going into a wind like this, you're not going to usually in high school lay off of the punt, and he just nailed it. And what a great read by the punt return guy from Phillipsburg, and he faked everybody out. He acted like he was going to field the punt, and then he steps away, and it just went right into the end zone.
And he may have gotten a bit fortunate there, too, because that really took a hard bounce forward in the favor of Phillipsburg. They'll start from the 20. 1st down and 10. Sides. Works it left. Hands it off. This is Kirk Coombs. He's going to be through the line of scrimmage out across the 25-yard line. So that's a gain of at least 5, maybe 6. Gavin Ware, the tackle for the Tigers on the play.
And back on that punt, lots of times when you make a great read right in front of your own bench, you didn't make the read. You got told.
That's a very good point. May have been why it was so late in the game that he backed away from it. Caleb Mendham in at cornerback. Safety is Peyton Lane. 2nd down, handoff left side. The ball taken out near the 30-yard line. I think that was Mark Coombs to carry this trip.
I think so. He's going to be about a foot short, and that's how it looks over there, too.
Well, make them snap it at least on 3rd down and inches. 5:55 to work in the 3rd quarter. The Tigers trailing 8-0. Defensive line has stood up pretty darn well when you consider what they were coming at with these Coombs brothers, 2 of the highest-ranked running backs in the league. Jonathan Ludwig in there now on the defensive line. Here's a carry through the middle and a short yardage play, but it will be enough for a 1st down. So Ludwig in there on the front row with Zeb Bloom, Gavin Ware, and Parker Folks. The linebackers are Adam Ebert and Anthony Atkinson. Anything inside is Hunter Mullen and Jake Wynn. 1st and 10, Phillipsburg out to their own 32. 5.5 to work, 3rd period. 8-0. Phillipsburg has the lead and the football. Sides, 3 backs behind him, and now the offensive line goes early, and this will be 5 yards backwards against the Panthers.
And there's not been a lot of penalties tonight in the game. Only 3 penalties total in the game.
That's pretty amazing. Chris Van Kooten, the guilty party that time, was crashing inside toward the tackle, and he went about a count and a half early. So 1st down 15, football back inside the 30.
Clay Center's penalty, I felt, was a little costly on Peyton Lane's punt return with 3 minutes to go in the half. It cost us a lot of field position.
It's a really good point because it was costly. Here's a handoff. Second back through and some room to run for Mark Coombs. Now he breaks a tackle. Riley Briggs trying to track him down. He will pull him out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 30, and now a late hit call against the Tigers. Finishing off the play was Zepp Bloom. Momentum taking him. It's hard to know when the guy steps out of bounds. It wasn't malicious, but it was out of bounds when the play came in.
Yeah, but the penalty's going to be at the 25-yard line, and then it's going to be like a late hit out of bounds tacked on top of that. That's going to be rough.
Well, another big play here for Phillipsburg. First time Mark Coombs has been able to get loose, and you could see him bull his way through early and then really turn some jets on.
Yeah, he did, and he's, 5'11", 180 or something like that, and he got most of that up the middle and then cut it out.
So now they'll mark the penalty yardage off on the late hit. And this will take it down to the 14-yard line of Clay Center. And now the Tiger defense has their back against the wall. Kirk Coombs, Mark Coombs, John Gower. The backs now behind quarterback Trey Sides for Phillipsburg, who stands in the shotgun. Snap, turns left, hands off to Kirk Coombs through the middle. And he'll be tackled after a 2 or 3 yard pickup that time. Parker Folks, Jonathan Ludwig in on the hit as they came up the middle. It is a gain of 5 yards, though. Second down and 5. The football down to the 10-yard line. Kramer Rainbow back in for the Tigers. Handoff, no pitch out right side. Keeps it, cuts against the grain, down inside the 5-yard line. And he will be tackled at maybe the 3. Good fake by Trey Sides. But also, much like that long run he has, the Tigers covered everybody else.
Right.
Nobody had the quarterback.
Right, and he's a good athlete. He's tall, he's fast, he's strong, and he's
ball on the ground, and it will be covered up by Sides after all the compliments you were showering him with. He just dropped the snap.
And that time I felt like he was smart because he didn't try making something out of that. He just covered the ball.
So it's a loss of down and a loss of maybe a yard. It'll be second and goal at the 5.
If there was ever a time we needed a bad snap or a bad handling of the ball, it was then. If there's a second time, it's now.
Second down and goal. Same formation. Sides looks left, now gets the snap. He'll hand off left to Mark Coombs. He's hit up the line. It's transition driven backwards. 2 or 3 guys in on the play. Hunter Mullen may have finished that off. Parker Folks started the thing, and the Tiger defense really stands up Coombs, and it's going to be third down and goal.
I think the big drive came from Zepp Bloom.
There you go. Crashing in there. Zepp Crash Bloom. It's a legacy nickname, by the way. We'll explain later in the year. Third down and goal. Football right at the 5-yard line for Phillipsburg, maybe just inside of the 5. Sides from the gun, handoff first back through. No, it's Sides keeping it, and now he steps into the end zone. Fakes it up the middle. Trey Sides takes it in, and now the Tigers trail by 2 scores with 3:12 to work here in the third period. It's 14-0, the extra point upcoming.
He did a good job of hiding the ball that time. You know, he did a good job on the fake up the middle, and then I couldn't tell for sure if he had that ball hidden in there or not, and apparently nobody else could.
The swinging gate formation again by Phillipsburg. Now in the first half, they just pitched it right and ran it to the pylon and got in. Let's see what they play here. Now they come out of the swinging gate and drop back into a normal extra point formation. Swinging gate, for those who don't know, they put most of your offensive line way to the left of the field, and they spread your specialty guys in the backfield off to the right. The extra point is up and through. 15-0, Tigers trail. 3:12 left to work here in this third period. The Tigers get the football back when we return to Phillipsburg.
When you run a successful trucking company as long as we have, you can't help but learn a thing or two about safe driving.
That's right. We're TSI Kansas Incorporated. And with school back in session, we all have to watch out for the kids walking to and from school.
Please keep in mind there are more new and less experienced high schoolers on the road. So keep a sharp eye out and drive safely. I'm John Link.
And I'm Jason Hall with TSI Kansas Incorporated at Clay Center.
Find out more on our Facebook page.
I was working on inventory when in came Richard. Can I help you, Mr. Simmons?
You sure can. I hear you have training supplies.
I'm not sure we're talking about the same kind of training. Here at Central Office, we have these Laurel Flipper training tables.
Oh, I love flips.
Flipper. They can be arranged for efficient use of space for group training. Flip the tops up and nest them to open up the space. They come in different shapes, sizes, and colors, all on sale this month.
So no yoga mats, flex bands, or free weights?
Sorry, just great supplies for corporate training at Central Office in Clay Center.
Tigers will get the football back. They send Hunter Mullen back deep to receive along with Adam Ebert. They have flip-flopped as the Panthers have kicked away from Mullen and to Ebert, both dangerous back there. Let's see who they go to this time. And it will be toward Hunter Mullen's side. He will catch it over his back. Now drops to the ground, picks it up at the 5-yard line. Looks for a block. He's hit. Turns out right. Now hit again and brought down inside the 10. And that's where the Tigers will take over this possession with 3:03 left to work here in the third quarter. That last drive by Phillipsburg, 80 yards on 9 plays. They chewed up 3 minutes, 36 seconds of clock, and they now have the lead at 15-0.
When that kick is coming in at about that 10, 12-yard line or just inside the 10 and they're kicking with the wind like that, it's really hard for that receiver to know, that ball might die on the grass. It's a live ball. Let it go. Will it go out of the end zone or out of bounds? And Hunter was in a bad spot there. And then by the time he fielded that ball, there were 4 Phillipsburg players around him.
Cade Wallace under center. In motion goes Griggs. They'll work it underneath. Now they pitch out left to Griggs, and the ball on the ground scoots left and loose, and Phillipsburg appears to have it, and they do. It was a hit near Griggs as he was receiving the football from Cade Wallace, and the Tigers short field given up now. Their defense really being called on with 2:56 to work here in the third quarter, and the first true turnover. They turned it over in the first half on kind of a scramble pass play late in the first half, but this is one that they just put on the ground, and Phillipsburg takes advantage. So now the Panthers right back in business. Under 3 to work third quarter, they lead at 15-0, and now they have the football on a short field. Hand off, second back through. Mark Coombs hit in the backfield by Parker Folk, slides off that tackle, and then it is Adam Ebert and 2 or 3 more Tigers in on the play. Hunter Mullen in there. Also crashing in for the Tigers was Peyton Lane. Parker Folks got the first hit. He somehow got some penetration through the line. He couldn't get a wrap-up, but he knocked him off balance for the Tigers to make the play.
We got a little injury, or is it equipment? It's a shoe, I guess.
Like a shoe issue. Tigers are working through. I think that's Peyton Lane.
Oh, he's got that thumb, so he can't do his shoe. He has to have his teammates tie his shoe for him.
The assist for the Tigers that time. Peyton Lane's got that left thumb taped up so tightly that Jonathan Kramer Rainbow came through for him. Here's a work left side option play. Trey Sides cuts against the grain and he scores it again. And just like that, an 8-0 ball game becomes 21-0 with 2:14 to work here in the third quarter.
Well, Trey Sides has 3 runs that I don't like very much. He looked pretty good on all 3 of those. But he made a good read. He's a good athlete. Here's your swinging gate.
And just a sophomore for Phillipsburg. Here's the swinging gate formation again, and now they'll shift back in for the extra point try, which was through easily last time.
Oh, my goodness. He about kicked that to Alma, Nebraska.
Here's the hold down, the kick on its way, and this one is splitting the uprights again. 22-0. Tigers now trail by 3 scores. We're in Phillipsburg. You're listening to Tiger Football on KCLY.
Soil variability occurs throughout every field. From Veris soil mapping, soil sampling, and variable rate recommendations, CS Precision Ag is ready to address the issues that ultimately have a large impact on your bottom line. We are currently accepting new customers for this fall and look forward to helping you succeed. CS Precision Ag, serving customers throughout north central Kansas and south central Nebraska. Contact us today at 785-630-0596 or visit us online at csprecisionag.com.
The Labor Day sales event is on at Schramm Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Manhattan. Come test drive a new Ram truck that gets 29 miles per gallon or a Jeep Grand Cherokee that gets 30 miles to the gallon. You won't go wrong with either of these vehicles. Schramm Chrysler Dodge Jeep is the area's only 5-star certified dealership, and for 49 years, we've treated you like family. Come see us on West Anderson in Manhattan or online at schrammcars.com. Schramm Chrysler Dodge Jeep is a proud supporter of Tiger football.
22-0. Tigers have fallen behind here to Phillipsburg. The Panthers will be kicking off again. The Tigers will send Hunter Mullen, Adam Ebert back to receive. Phillipsburg has scored 2 very quick touchdowns. Of course, that last one coming on a Tiger turnover. Here's a shorter kick that's going to angle toward the sideline, picked up by Hunter Mullen at the 15, and he is snowed under as he gets out to about the 17-yard line, hit immediately by John Gower, who has been really dynamite the Panther defense. That's 14 points in the last 56 seconds for Phillipsburg.
Yeah, that's a rough stat right there.
And, of course, the turnover inside the 15-yard line set up that last score that made it so quickly. 2:08 to work third quarter. It's 22-0. Tigers now trail. Phillipsburg on defense. Tigers start from their own 19-yard line. Look to the sideline for the call. It's amazing to see the numbers on the field from sideline to sideline. Phillipsburg,
I know,
has a large number of players out for a now 3A school. Here's a flip into the flats for the Tigers. Ball is going to be caught. Kirk Coombs comes up with a huge hit on Adam Ebert, and he is asked to come out for a moment. And I don't blame him. I mean, he was exposed as he reached up to catch the football. How he hung on to it, I'm not sure.
I'm not sure he knows how he hung on to it. Right? He really got rocked. But what a great catch on that.
Second down 8. It's a gain of 2.
That's a rough 2-yard catch.
Telling you now.
They should give him a couple more yards just for hanging on to it.
Second down and 8. In motion goes Mullen. They'll hand off underneath to Levi Fitzenmeyer, fighting for extra yardage. He gets it across the 25. It'll bring up third down and still about 4 to go. No, it's just further than I thought. Good spot for the Tigers. It'll be third down and 2.
That's the third time tonight, Levi, maybe fourth, but it's almost like everybody else is going to sleep, and he's just still dragging people along, just, real quietly up the middle and just dragging them along, and they can't put him on the ground. That's a great run.
Third down 2, just under a minute to go in the third quarter. It's 22-0 Phillipsburg. Cade Wallace under center. Griggs goes in motion, now comes back. Wallace backs out of the center and looks over to the sideline again. Gavin Ware, Parker Folks to the right side. Cade Melius is the center, is now Wallace back in underneath. Third down and 2, Griggs in motion. Hand off underneath, and again it's Fitzenmeyer. Great yardage. He rumbles his way out near the 40-yard line. Wow. Has the first down easy, and Levi Fitzenmeyer takes it out near the 40.
He got 10 more yards, and it's like he moved the chains twice there.
Guys on the Panther defense are looking around going, who's this 21? 28 seconds left in the third, 22-0. Tigers trailing, but moving the football now. First down and 10. Hand off underneath again, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Levi Fitzenmeyer, another 4 yards. He is really banging his way through the middle.
I'm going to tell you, he's all of a sudden has 11 carries for 60 yards.
Wow, that's great. Hard-earned yards. Rumbling his way through the middle. Second down 6. Snap it. Defense for Phillipsburg had not gotten off the field. I think Phillipsburg, knowing that, calling a timeout to save a penalty.
Yeah, they did. They had to burn one there just to get some defensive players off.
So timeout, and we're down to 1 second on the third quarter clock. You think that's going to drive a coach wacko when he looks up and sees that? Wow. 22-0, Tigers trailing. They had the football when we come back.
Prescriptions, homemade fudge, Call Hall ice cream, and even electronics. You can find all these things under one roof. While you're getting your prescription filled, browse through their greeting cards and gifts or print off some photos at their photo printing station. See the latest digital products at Radio Shack or check out their durable medical supply section. Patterson Health Mart Pharmacy and Radio Shack in downtown Clay Center offers a bit of everything for convenient one-stop shopping, and the apothecary by the hospital is perfect for drive-through prescription pickups.
1 second left. This is really an extra possession for the Tigers, extra timeout. You know, when you're down and you're trying to get something going, you take what you can get, right?
Absolutely. Here it is with 2nd and 7, and we have a whole quarter left to play, but they had to call a timeout because they were about to get a penalty, and then they look up and there's 1 second left in the quarter.
It was a crazy exchange there. The Tigers were trying to get, I think, the ball snapped to get the penalty, and Phillipsburg calls a timeout. So last play of the quarter, 2nd down 6. Wallace underneath again. Fitzenmeyer this time double teamed as he goes to the middle. It'll be 3rd down and long for the Tigers. That ends period 3. We're headed to the 4th. Tigers trail 22-0. Wait, is there a penalty on the play? Okay, that is the end of the 3rd quarter. 22-0. Tigers down. We're headed to the 4th in Phillipsburg.
Hey, Tiger fans, the lights are on, the team is ready, and the coaching staff has put together a successful game plan for tonight's game. Have you thought about your insurance game plan? This is Jim Gearhan with Farmers Union Insurance. Let us help put together a game plan for all your insurance needs. We cover everything from cars, trucks, boats, and motorcycles to homes, combines, and businesses. We can even help insure your retirement. Stop by and see us at 426 Lincoln Avenue, downtown Clay Center. A proud supporter of Tiger Athletics.
Livestock producers, you have a January 1st deadline. Central Valley Ag wants to help you get ready for VFDs.
If you feed medically important drugs to your livestock, you have to have a VFD or a form from your veterinarian.
Central Valley Ag Coordinator Abby Simonson invites you to a lunch meeting in your area.
We'd like to invite producers to stop in, have lunch, learn about the VFDs so they understand what's going on when January 1st rolls around.
Meetings will be held during September. For dates, times, and locations, go to cvacoop.com/events.
Phillipsburg scores 2 times, 14 points in a matter of 56 seconds toward the end of that 3rd quarter. And that's just a huge turn in a football game that was tight at 8-0 until about 3 minutes left to go in the 3rd. Now the Tigers have the football down 22-0, 3rd down and 4 yards to go. The football is at their own 45-yard line. In motion goes Adam Ebert. Handoff underneath. Fitzenmeyer hit again, and all of a sudden you see Phillipsburg paying very close attention to Levi Fitzenmeyer.
Yeah, and we've gone to him, four straight running plays here, right up the gut. Yeah. I mean, carries for him now, 13.
So 4th down and 4, the Tigers will line up to go for it here. On 4th down and 4 yards to go. See if they go for it, try to hard count it.
Well, that's what they tried so far.
Now they come back. They do stand up and look to the sideline often for a check down play. 11:20 to work here in the ball game, down 22-0. They will go for it. Fake the pitch. Wallace back to pass. Fires out in the flat. Has Fitzenmeyer. Levi got by one tackler, but a second wave was there to take him down and just no chance to move forward. Phillipsburg will take over at Clay Center's 47-yard.
Levi did a great job there, and so did Cade Wallace of getting the ball to him. Levi made a great catch. And if there'd been just one defender there, he'd had more than a first down, but he juked the first one, got drilled by the second one.
So the Tigers turned it over on downs, and Phillipsburg will have it at the 47-yard line of Clay Center, 1st down and 10. Tiger defense digs back in. Sides with Gower behind him. He'll hand off underneath to the right side for Kirk Coombs, and he is going to be tackled. Brandon Loader, Adam Ebert, and Jake Wynn, all three on the play. When the linebacker got in and stuffed it, and then Loader really closed it off, and Adam Ebert finished it off.
Well, I liked what I saw out of the Tiger defense there. They're playing just as if it's the first series of the game, right?
2nd down and 8. They give him a gain of 2. 10:44 left to go in the ball game. Tigers down 22-0, trying to get the football back.
Those guys brought it on that tackle.
Phillipsburg at the Clay Center 45. Sides back to pass, fires across the middle of the ball, tipped, and then goes into the hands of Coombs. 2 Tiger defenders in the area. Peyton Lane nearly got a hand on it. Another defender, that's Adam Ebert, who is really writhing in pain after the collision. The ball slipped through the 2 Tigers who collided, and then it goes right into the midst of Kirk Coombs. And now the Tigers are going to come out to look at Adam Ebert. Gives us a chance to take a break here. 10:28 left on the fourth quarter clock. The Tigers down 22-0. We'll come back in just a moment.
Students, are you looking for stress-free, convenient banking? The Citizens National Bank offers a student checking account. When you open your student checking account with CNB, you'll have all the benefits to make banking easy, such as a debit card, online banking with e-alerts, and mobile banking with the branded CNB app. Your smartphone is a great tool to access your account and monitor your daily transactions and balance. Stop by and open your student checking account today at the Citizens National Bank, member FDIC.
In addition to a full line of grocery, meats, produce, and dairy, Ray's Apple Market also features a deli and bakery, specialty gourmet food items, and gasoline pumps. They committed to stocking their shelves with everything families need to save time and money looking for it elsewhere. From baby food to diapers, beauty supplies, and pet food, you'll discover Ray's Apple Market has the items you need to manage your household efficiently and affordably. Ray's Apple Market, open till 10 p.m., 7 days a week.
Well, Adam Ebert was able to get up and go to the sideline on his own after getting shaken up on a really kind of crazy play. The ball tipped off of 2 Tigers and then right into the arms of Coombs, and now he'll take it on the carry this time to the middle, and he barrels his way down inside the 15-yard line now with 10 minutes left to work in this ball game, and the Tigers trailing by 3 scores.
That time Coombs kind of patient behind his blockers and just waiting as he worked his way upfield. He showed a lot of focus on the previous play, pulling in that pass.
Gower, the lone back behind Sides. He'll fake it to him. Now pitch it back to the outside, and a tackle is going to be made by the Tigers. That is Brandon Loader. He gets up shaken a little bit. Atkinson Enninking turned him back inside, but Brandon Loader made the play defensively. That brings up first down and goal as they did get it inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, Brandon's hurting a little bit.
Still trying to get things back together, it looks like. Here's Sides. Hand off left side. Mark Coombs. He will dive off of a hit early in that carry by the Tigers. Dylan Moon, but he's able to fall forward inside the 5. 9.5 to work here in the fourth. Phillipsburg knocking on the door again. They've opened up a 22-0 lead after a quick scoring drive and then a turnover on the opening play of the next Tiger possession. Set up a short field. They punched it in again.
Well, I'll come back to this. Go ahead.
Phillipsburg right back into formation. Second down and goal. And it's a work to the middle this time. They dive forward. They look like they're close to the end zone, and they do punch it in. And now the Tigers trail 28-0. 9:02 left here in the fourth. Carry right through the middle that time. Gower was able to push forward, and his line evidently won the war because all of a sudden the official was calling touchdown. A rugby scrum right near the goal line that time. Swinging gate formation, that is what they will run every time in extra points. And the first time they did run it for a 2-point conversion, since then they have kicked the conventional point after. And once again, the kick is on its way, and this one went 20 into the wind. Is good. 29-0, Tigers trailing, 9:02 left. We're in the fourth here in Phillipsburg. You're listening to Tiger Football on KCLY.
Producers, consider planting cover crops from the Farmers Cooperative. Cover crops prevent soil erosion, conserve moisture, increase soil health, suppress weeds, and reduce soil compaction. Plus, cover crops can make an excellent source of forage for your livestock. Farmers Cooperative has the cover crop seed you need, plus their SkyTech aerial application service. Stop by your local Farmers Cooperative Agronomy Center today and find out about cover crops.
Investing in our owner's success. Farmers Cooperative.
Gutters are necessary for the protection of your home, and quality seamless guttering is the most efficient. At B&D Seamless Gutters, you'll have your choice of colors, and they can even match the color to your siding in residential or commercial settings. 6-inch commercial guttering is also available. Add value and style to your home with new gutters. Talk to Brian Moon and have them install leaf screens or solid gutter covers. Call for a free estimate. B&D Seamless Gutters, 632-0696.
Bring you back once again here with Tiger football on KCLY. Clay Center will get the football back after the Phillipsburg score. They have tacked on 3 touchdowns now in this third and fourth quarter, and they lead at 29-0 after an 8-0 ball game through almost 3 periods of play. Here's the kickoff. It's going to be taken back at the 10-yard line by Adam Eber. Glad to see him back on the field. He starts left, now goes right, now cuts to the middle, spins by a tackler out near the 30-yard line. Good return by the Atom Bomb.
Well, he got about a 20-yard return on that. But the other thing is this Phillipsburg kicker has a foot. That was against the wind, and he put it down inside the 10.
He's been impressive both off the tee and off of the extra points thus far. And even on the missed field goal that hits the crossbar from 30-some yards away and into the wind, still almost got it done. Tigers will have possession, 8:53 to work, down 29-0. Cade Wallace back to pass, rolls right, further right, now tucks it and runs it, spins off a tackler and dives across the 35-yard line. Good pickup on first down by Murph.
That was a good read by Cade, and you know, he was well past the line of scrimmage, but he kept the defense thinking he might throw it. You know, he's a smart player. He knew he couldn't, but he kept him kind of backing up a little bit.
7-yard gain, second down 3. Wallace rolls left wanting to pass. Gets pressure, gets out of pressure, then falls forward after he had gotten by the first defensive wave. That'll bring up third down and about 10. He loses about what he gained on the first down play on the sack.
I think he was surprised to find himself that he reversed and scored it through all of that pursuit.
And so off balance, and to think there was some fresh grass in front of him, but 2 Panther defenders were right on him when he made his roll to the left side. Wallace this time will hand it off underneath. There's a penalty flag, and it looked like the ball might have gone down. And the penalty flag's well in the backfield. And it's a turnover, it looks like. There is a flag still on the field that we haven't seen. It's an illegal shift against the Tigers. It's declined, and now Clay Center has turned it back over. And Phillipsburg will have it at the Clay Center 30-yard line with 7:41 left to work here in this fourth quarter.
Well, it's a third turnover by Clay Center, and they've all been kind of costly. They've been tough. I think that one, John Gower, the hard-hitting linebacker for Phillipsburg, I think came up with that fumble.
Called his name a lot tonight, that is for sure. 29-0, Phillipsburg the lead. 7:41 to work. Phillipsburg takes over the football. Abilene leads TMP 45-0, just updated on that score. Here's a spin move. Now the handoff left side, and it's going to be a run through the middle, a touchdown run right through the gut for Phillipsburg, but there is a penalty flag back behind the play.
Is he going to finally call it?
The motion we've been looking at. And they called an illegal shift anyway.
And that's what it was. I mean, he did what he's been doing all night long, but it might have been a hair more noticeable that time.
It's just while the cadence is being barked, the center still has not moved the football, and there's that about a half a stride forward that gets someone in position. And we called it early on in the ball game, and a lot of teams do it, and it's not an easy thing to call. Because you got to be watching the guys, the linemen, where the football's at. But it's been kind of obvious early on, at least to you and I.
Yeah.
Here's Sides again from the gun. Hand off to the left side now. A bounce-out run. Tackle made by Caleb Mindom. Running that time for the Panthers was Traylon Gross. Tackle made by Caleb Mindom, as mentioned. Tigers defensively up front. Parker Folks, Gavin Ware, Logan McDonald, Zeb Bloom, Brandon Loader in at outside linebacker, along with Caleb Mindom on a corner. Jake Wynn in the middle on defense for the Tigers right now. Dylan Moon at one of the inside linebackers Second down 11. 6:50 to work in the ball game. Second back through handoff. Or no, it's going to be Sides keeping it again to the outside, and he's going to be tackled out on the perimeter, taken down by Atkinson Inningking. That'll bring up third down, and still about 5 to go, but a gain of 7 or 8 on the play. Actually, third down 3 they called.
That Sides, he's a sophomore. You know, we've been talking about that, as a freshman, he takes his team to the state championship. He is a very good athlete.
Yeah, he's done something else. They had a senior quarterback last year, so he was waiting in the wings.
Okay.
And here as a sophomore, obviously, is taking the key and ran with it.
He's already got poise.
Yeah, without a doubt. 6:05 to work here in the fourth. Tigers trailing 29-0. Sides, handoff up the middle, and he'll have a gain of about 4 yards again, the carry by Gross. Phillipsburg content to work it on the ground right now with the big lead and inside of 6 minutes remaining in this contest.
Well, 3 or 4 minutes ago in the game, both teams still had a lot of spring in their step, despite the scoreboard.
Right.
Now, really, neither team does.
It's kind of changed, hasn't it? Yeah, the whole pace and the bounce, I think, is a good way to put it.
Yeah.
5:39 to work here in the fourth. It is Phillipsburg with possession. First down and 10. Trey Sides. Handoff right side. Mark Coombs. He gets by one tackler. Now carries a pile down to the 10-yard line. Hard running that time by Coombs. And it brings up second down and short for Phillipsburg. The football was marked down at the 13.
Well, we knew about Mark and Kirk Coombs long before we got here.
Right.
Running backs like them get a lot of their yardage in the fourth quarter. You know, like John Riggins used to.
Yeah.
They just keep bringing it. The defense is tired, and they just keep bringing it and bringing it.
Bang, 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 bang. They just keep coming at you. 4:50 now on the fourth quarter clock. Sides from the gun. He will turn left. This is Mark Coombs again. Hit once, now hit again. Now he falls forward. Really evaded the first two hits. Zeb Bloom, he got outside just enough. He couldn't get a clean hit on him. Caleb Mendham was right in the area and just, again, evaded, and then he falls forward for a pretty good gain. Inside of the 5, it'll be first down and goal for Phillipsburg with 4:38 left on this fourth quarter clock. So the Panthers with the first and goal against the Tigers right at the 5.
Well, all of the fortune for Phillipsburg came at the very, very, very end of the third quarter tonight.
Oh, man.
You know, and in a very short amount of time on the clock, the game just totally switched.
Here is a work to the right side, handoff, and to the corner pylon, and in goes Gross for Phillipsburg. And they have now put on 35 points on the board. By the way, our sponsor of the halftime show, Green Team Cars Halftime, reminds you to be sure and take advantage of the opportunities waiting for you at the Green Team in Clay Center. They have their Labor Day sales event going on now. Green Team Clay Center, 20% off selected Ram trucks and Jeep Cherokees, additional rebates on several vehicles. Don't miss out on the savings. The Labor Day sales event in September 6th at Green Team Cars in Clay Center. The swinging gate set up by Phillipsburg, now back into the conventional extra point try, and the kick is up and through again. 4:13 remains. Tigers trail 36-0 here in Phillipsburg when we come back.
The role of a student athlete is a challenging one. It takes properly balanced investments of time and energy, both in academics and in the sport. Our Tiger student athletes do this balancing act with determination, perseverance, and pride, and we're proud of them and their commitment to the success of the team. I'm Maury Catlin, and our team at Clay County National Bank stands with the Tiger families, coaches, school, and the community in cheering on the Tigers this season. We're Clay County National Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Hannah Swihart, former Clay Center Tiger and current Cloud County Community College T-Bird. I'm a member of the Lady Thunderbird volleyball team and happy that I chose Cloud. I'm proof that Clay Center Tigers make great Cloud County T-Birds. I'm getting my start on a college degree at an affordable option close to home, and you can too. Learn more about Cloud by visiting us at cloud.edu or by scheduling a campus visit to find out about all the opportunities for you. Going anywhere starts here at Cloud County Community College. Go T-Birds.
4:13 left here in the fourth quarter. A few things we want to talk about as we head to the final portion of this ball game, Chet, is some awards we hand out each week. The Catalyst Sign and Graphics Catch of the Game. We've been talking, we've kind of earmarked it early on, hoping it would be a trump, but really Levi Fitzenmeyer with the catch that he made and a third down conversion back in the first half. Really a big play, a good play call. Cade Wallace hit Levi Fitzenmeyer for that play. Here's a return for the Tigers out across the 25-yard line. The Tigers take it, and that's where Clay Center will take over position. Adam Ebert on the return, but I like the Levi Fitzenmeyer catch of the game.
I do too. You know, for our awards, we start jotting down ideas throughout the game. That one held up for us.
Again, that's the Catalyst Sign and Graphics Catch of the Game. Levi Fitzenmeyer, that third down conversion. A little boot to the right by Cade Wallace, and Levi brought it in and packed some extra yards as he went out of bounds back in the first half. Clay Center with the football here. It is Cade Wallace, pitch out left for Riley Griggs. Turned in the corner again, now cuts against the grain, stays in bounds, gets by another tackler, still on his feet. Finally toward the sideline, is going to be bumped out of bounds in front of the Phillipsburg sideline. And Riley Griggs putting on a show with the footwork. There is a penalty flag back behind the play.
Yeah, it's at about the 28, 29-yard line where he was making the cut. I don't know if it's a block.
Whitehead talking with the sideline official to get the call. It is a block in the back, yeah. So a block in the back against the Tigers will negate a really good run by Riley Griggs. He got out in some open space with some defenders, and it started to look like flag football out there.
Yeah.
He was making a miss.
Yeah.
Just under 4 to work here in this fourth quarter.
And he made a great catch, I'll call it, on pulling in that pitch. He's done that several times tonight. And when I say that, they aren't bad pitches by Cade. It's just how the offense is run.
Right.
But the first thing you have to do is secure that ball, and it's when you're coming from the other side running full speed.
And a defender normally in the area, it seems like, when you're hauling it in. So the penalty yardage, that bumps them back to first down and 18. They're back at their own 20. Tigers here with the football. Cade Wallace under center. He'll turn right and gets it outside to Adam Ebert. He turns the guns onto the sideline right. First down and more. He is to the 40-yard line, to the 30, 25. High step past the defender. And Adam Ebert takes it inside the Phillipsburg 20. Big-time run by Adam Ebert.
We went from the 18 to the 18.
Pretty electrifying, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'd give
Adam Ebert.
That's electrifying.
The Debenham Electric play of the game, the electrifying play of the game from Debenham Electric. I say it's the Atom Bomb. Adam Ebert from the 18 to the 18, and he blasted his way downfield, then a high step by a defender before eventually getting taken down. Debenham Electric, electrifying play of the game. Here's a handoff underneath Levi Fitzenmeyer. Now he makes his way inside the 10-yard line, almost to the 5. The ball did get to the ground, but they say that Fitzenmeyer was down already as Phillipsburg was trying to pick it up. So the Tigers trying to punch one in with 3:17 to work.
Boy, Levi's been making a living up the middle there.
Tigers down to the Panther 6-yard line. It's first down and goal. Wallace going to keep it himself. Quarterback keep right side. Now the pile starts to push him forward, and now Phillipsburg retaliates. And we'll see where they mark this down. It should be inside the 5. They pushed forward, then there was a push backwards, like a tug-of-war on Cade Wallace almost.
Just looks like a rugby scrum before the officials call the list or blow the whistle.
It's down to the 4-yard line. They mark it. Second down and goal. Second down and goal to 4. Tigers with the football. Trying to punch it in for the first time here in 2016. Wallace. Fitzenmeyer again. He is in for a touchdown. Touchdown Tigers. Levi Fitzenmeyer up the middle from the handoff of Cade Wallace, and the Tigers get on the scoreboard here with 2:35 to work.
And on his 15th carry of the game, he finds the end zone.
15 carries for the junior, and the Bull has rolled his way through the middle often tonight, that time into the end zone.
That's a week's work right there.
No kidding. Peyton Lane will have the extra point try. 36-6, Phillipsburg the lead. Lane lines it up. Hunter Mullen is his holder. The snap, a good one. The hold is down. The kick is blocked. So the extra point is blocked. Somebody gets through the middle. Tigers get on the board. Levi Fitzenmeyer punches it in from 4 yards out. 2:35 remains. You're listening to Tiger Football on 100.9.
Custom signs, screen printing, and vinyl graphics are just a few things that DMD Design and Graphics can do. They also do banners and vehicle wraps, all at competitive prices. Visit their Washington store and see all the cool things they can do with t-shirts, hoodies, bags, signs, and cars. It'll blow your mind. Things you never thought possible. You were made to stand out. Get your logo, mascot, name, and custom design on just about anything at DMD Design and Graphics.
Oldie Seed has soil-specific seed to fit your soybean acre-specific needs. Soybean varieties with excellent SDS, stress tolerance, excel on high pH levels, and salt excluders that will not limit your yield potential. Oldie Seed is your trusted supplier for high-yielding soybeans built to fit your specific needs. Call your Oldie Seed representative today at 877-692-4555. That's 877-692-4555.
2:35 remains. Levi Fitzenmeyer punches one in for the Tigers. 4 yards out. Drives it right up the middle as he has much of the night and goes into the end zone for the Tigers' first score this evening. We have a Midwest Products stat of the game to pass along, and we were sitting here kind of talking about a couple of different ideas, but truly the stat of the game, when this thing really turned, was toward the end of the third quarter, and we'll get to that in a moment. The kickoff here returned by Phillipsburg out to the 30. Ball nearly stripped 15. But the ball carrier able to hold on to it and knock down at the 34-yard line. Your Midwest Products stat of the game is the 14 points scored in 56 seconds at the end of the third.
Right, and that just turned everything. It turned the entire ball game. You know, it was still a ball game. Either team could win until that less than 1 minute of game clock time.
It absolutely halted what the Tigers had working and kind of put some things out of reach on a shorter time when they went into the fourth. 36-6 now with 2:26 to work here in this contest. Here's the handoff up the middle. The tackle in the backfield. Dylan Moon makes the first. Oh, Gavin Ware, the first contact. Correction. Gavin Ware, who's had his name called in the backfield a few times tonight.
And we have some different backs back there for Phillipsburg, different quarterback.
36-6. Nearing the 2-minute mark here in this fourth period. Tigers will head on the road again in week 2. They go to Concordia. I know it sounds odd. It's not the end of the regular season, but different districts now this year, and Play Center will be at Concordia next Friday night. Here's the handoff left side now for that's Gross with the carry, tackled by Ebert, and then tries to go forward and pays for it with 2 or 3 more Tigers coming in. Wyatt Alexander in on the tackle. Also, I think Gavin Ware was back in on that play once again.
Tigers busy trying to strip that ball and almost got it done that time.
So it's 3rd down and long. As Phillipsburg lets the clock wind down. How about a big hitter? Hunley's Garage big hitter. Got an idea?
Well, I don't mind the very first one that he came up with.
It was kind of big. It was huge at the first when it first happened. Our Hunley's Garage big hitter, as Phillipsburg runs it right side now, is going to be the crossbar. Because Phillipsburg had driven and eaten clock up 15 plays, 7+ minutes that looked like, oh no, and then all of a sudden the drop pass and the field goal attempt hit the crossbar and was hit backwards to your Hunley's Garage big hitter. The crossbar. It was a huge play at the time.
It really was. It really was. Put the Tigers back in it to where, I mean, not that they were out of it. They hadn't even had the ball yet, but they had given up.
Here's a punt downfield, and the Tigers' Caleb Mendham's going to take it left side, knock it around at around the 42.
They had given up the whole length of the field in almost 8 minutes of clock. Well, then they turned around and did the same thing.
Yeah.
It took 7 minutes to move it all the way down to the 3.
Right.
You know, so yeah.
Big play. Big hit.
Put a picture of the crossbar on the wall.
14 seconds now left. Tigers come back out offensively after the punt. Knocked downfield by Phillipsburg. The return by Caleb Mendham. Cade Wallace back in for a couple more plays here for the Tigers as they trail 36-6 in the fourth.
I want to go back to that night's work that Levi Fitzmyers had there in the middle. 15 carries, 77 yards, and a touchdown.
He gets it again here, and he runs again strong across the midfield stripe, banging heads as he moves forward.
Add about 10 to it.
Looks like he's got right at the first down marker and does. 9 seconds left. Tigers will line back up quickly here. 9 seconds on the clock. They'll set the chains. It'll go back into motion. Tigers are set and ready to go. Wallace under center. Now 6. Now 5. Here's Fitzenmeyer again, and he blasts through once more. Just tripped up as the clock expires. He takes it to the 37-yard line. Final here, Tigers fall 36-6 in the opener on the road at Phillipsburg. Stay with us. Post-game's coming up next.
It's amazing how much our economy is dependent on trucking companies who transport products from producers to consumers. TSI Kansas Incorporated has built a strong, reputable company by delivering valuable cargo for hardworking Americans who make the products to customers and consumers across the country. It's a vital role and one we are honored to do for your company. If you're looking for a dedicated carrier, we've got flatbed, vans, and reefers. We're TSI Kansas in Clay Center.
Crop Production Services take this opportunity to thank their customers for their continued support and for the confidence placed in them. They don't take this privilege for granted and will keep working as a team with the common purpose of providing best-in-class services to all their customers. Crop Production Services also recognize the unity of our high school and college teams, building stronger partnerships together. They all know that your support and trust is the foundation of their success. Thank you from Crop Production Services.
Convenience, freshness, quality, affordability, friendliness, community-minded. The list of reasons to shop at Ray's Apple Market is long. It's something you should discover on your own. With employees taking you to an item you're looking for and staffers carrying your groceries to your car, it's easy to see why so many people from our local areas shop there. They continue to provide grocery and household products to meet your every need and the customer service you deserve. Ray's Apple Market, open till 10 p.m., 7 days a week.
Livestock producers, you have a January 1st deadline. Central Valley Ag wants to help you get ready for VFDs.
If you feed medically important drugs to your livestock, you have to have a VFD or a form from your veterinarian.
Central Valley Ag Coordinator Abby Simonson invites you to a lunch meeting in your area.
We'd like to invite producers to stop in and have lunch, learn about the VFDs so they understand what's going on when January 1st rolls around.
Meetings will be held during September. For dates, times, and locations, go to cvacoop.com/events.
Back once again for postgame here at Phillipsburg. Postgame is being brought to you by Cloud County Community College, B&D Seamless Gutters, Clay County National Bank, and DMD Designs and Graphics, Washington, and Waterville. Tigers fall here in a Friday night matchup against the 2A defending state champion Phillipsburg Panthers. The loss for the Tigers sees them go down 36-6 after an 8-0 ball game that just really was the ebb and flow of the ball game, and who had something going was outstanding back and forth battle. And then that third quarter, when 14 points came on the board for the Panthers in 56 seconds, and it really changed the scope of this ball game.
Oh, it absolutely did, and that just threw everything into the Phillipsburg pocket, and then they were unstoppable after that. We were in the game until that point, definitely, and both teams thought they were going to win.
The Tigers with the loss 36-6. Let's look at some of the numbers, though, that were put up, and we have to start with Levi Fitzenmeyer.
Oh, absolutely right. He had, 17 rushes for 100 yards. That last carry put him right at 100 yards for the night. Right. And, of course, he got the one score out of it.
Right.
We also had Ebert, 5 carries for 77. Griggs, 7 carries for 75. Wallace, 10 carries for 18. And Cade was 4 for 7, passing 17 yards.
There were good things that happened is what that adds up to.
It really does. And to put it in perspective, we lost the game 36-6. They only outrushed us by 34 yards tonight.
Wow.
Both teams had between 250 and 300 yards rushing. Wow. So we basically played the same game, but there were like 4 big plays that turned into scores that were the difference in the game.
Yeah, a couple of turnovers costly. The second one, of course, in the third quarter, huge, and then the 2 big running plays that really set up touchdowns for Phillipsburg as well. Defending 2A state champs come away with the win. 36-6 is your final. Again, the Tigers go on the road to Concordia coming up on Friday night, a week from tonight. Your post-game show being brought to you by DMD Designs and Graphics, Washington and Waterville, Clay County National Bank, B&D Seamless Gutters, and Cloud County Community College. Again, Tiger football with the loss, 36-6 to Phillipsburg. For our studio engineer, Bernie Fancella, Dr. Stat, Kerry Carlson, and alongside, as always, Chet Carlson with us here at the Tiger booth. This is Rocky Downing telling you to enjoy the rest